Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Scott. Welcome to the show. We are sponsored by Many Visions Apparel. This company is run by my great friend Bobby Cochran, who's been on the podcast so many times, and he's gotten me shows for my music. So just an all-around great guy. They opened up almost a year now, which we'll talk about, their store in Mandan, North Dakota, and then they also have a store sometimes during the winter or in Kirkwood Malls in Bismarck, but they just closed that simply because they just do it for a certain amount of time, and that's it. But anyway, Many Vision, they have a wide array of clothing from sweatshirts, hats, pins, and so much more. I just saw my friend Tessa Shaw, who's also been on the podcast, modeling some yoga apparel for them, and she looked amazing. The clothing looked amazing, and they have all sorts of other crazy stuff there. It's like they keep increasing their products now, and the quality is always 100% top notch, so you don't even have to worry about that. Basically, you can order also. They have a website, manyvisionsapparel.com. You can go on there and check out their products for yourself, and or Facebook, Many Visions, just on Facebook. The company was started a long time ago by Bobby as just like an online thing and a festival thing, and now it's turned into a store. Their 1-year anniversary is coming up in March, I believe, and we're going to be doing a podcast during that time just because, why not? He's a great friend and it's a great store. But anyway, it was founded in 2013. They sell hats, clothing, pins, glasses for drinking, stickers. They believe in helping everyone in the community and the whole entire world, man. And they do all sorts of charity gigs for people or, like foundations and such. Some of the artists that they use for their pins, I saw they just put on some new mugwort pins, which looked dope and sick. And then Chris Dyer, Luke Brown, and much more. And, don't take it from me. Go on the website or Facebook and just check out the products for yourselves, and you'll love them. Anyway, but yeah, that's our one ad that we have. Today's podcast, I sat down with someone that I've known in the Bismarck community for a little minute, like for a while actually. His name's Daniel John Pretzer, and amazing guy. We both had like the same teachers in college, sort of like music wise, just at different times. We've known many of the same people. I know him as a musician in Bismarck, an amazing musician, I might add, and then also a fellow lover of games and such. So we had a lot to talk about. It was a great podcast. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to tell you guys before we go into this. I'm looking still to increase my sponsors, so if you know of a business that enjoys these podcasts and such, or if you're a business that does, hit me up. I mean, I'm not going to say how much I'm charging Bobby, but we can definitely negotiate and figure something out. Anyway, this was a great cast, so I hope you guys like it and enjoy it, and yeah, love you all. See ya. Enjoy the show. By the way, I'm sorry if you're still listening. You're like, what the fuck was that, Scott? Because I'm holding the microphone. I'm not actually like keeping it steady, so it's probably all janky. But anyway, it works.
It's fucking cold.
The unofficial North Dakota Boredom Podcast.
Nice.
Are we on?
Yes, we're on. We're not live, but we're on.
Oh, nice.
So, what's up, man?
Not much.
What's up, Daniel? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Long time no see,
I know,
man.
Right? It's been a minute since we played. Where did we play at last together?
I think it was a Black Sheep thing.
Yeah, the vault, wasn't it? Down in the that basement.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there was that Valentine's Day a long time ago, but there was that gig that he put on, that crazy dude put on down in the vault underneath Lucky Ducks and shit like that.
Oh, that's right. You opened.
Yep.
And then
you guys showed up, and then I think the Lights was there.
Yeah, when they were Northern Lights.
Yep. Yeah. Said the Mooncats. Dude, what a crazy. Have you like kept track of Danny's like little journey thing?
Yeah, man. He had I guess he had like a Super Bowl ad or something.
Oh, he just made himself one for YouTube. He didn't have a Super Bowl ad.
No, but I've seen his like musical journey kind of unfold.
Right.
you
Yeah,
know?
it's crazy like how he just up and left. Like, and it's good.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he just like I think he saw that his music was doing really good online and just decided to dip out to wherever he went.
Yeah.
To pursue it more, just because it was like, sticking it where I'm at too. Beulah, it's kind of like dead end central. So
This whole state.
yeah, this whole state is,
for the arts, it's kind of you're right, dead end.
It is a dead end,
Where
but
dreams
you gotta
die.
do what you gotta do. I like living in Zap because it gives me seclusion
Yeah,
in a way,
yeah.
and then like a Bismarck trip isn't that far, to be honest.
Where are you, like an hour or something?
an hour, but,
Yeah.
at most. And it's kind of shitty, but at the same time, I like the small town. It gives me time to work on everything, and then just driving an hour to see everyone. What I want to do is one day move back here and have a studio and be able to have people come to me instead of asking people to go into their homes and shit like that.
Yeah.
Then then I can make it what I want, video
Yeah.
cameras and everything like that, man.
You could have the legit studio
Yeah.
podcast thing.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. I could have a little, guy taking care of all the computer shit. And
Just a little guy.
I wouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, a little guy. A midget.
Yeah.
We'll
Have
get him
Wee
a
Man.
stool. We'll get him a stool. Or a little desk. We'll get him a little desk next to it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, man, fucking, thanks for coming on
Dude,
the podcast.
thanks for having me. I guess I kind of asked you.
I know.
but-
Well, like you said, I'm always looking for guests, and my scatterbrain doesn't think of everyone that I could.
Yeah.
I'm always constantly thinking of who could I have on, because I have random people on that I don't even really know most of the time, and then I have good friends on that nobody knows, so I like to have variety, and it's cool,
Yeah, definitely.
But you have so many different things. You're a musician and also a fellow gamer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So we're gonna have fun today talking
Oh, yeah.
about shit. So, dude, but what's before we jump into Kingdom Hearts and all that stuff? What's going on with your music?
With my music?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I mean,
Because didn't you were playing with, who were you playing with when we were playing that game, like at the vault?
I was playing with Classic.
Clash.
Adam Maragos.
Yep, Adam. I was thinking of Adam. Dude, what a killer fucking musician.
Dude, that guy was a musical
Well, I guess all
mentor.
you guys are amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, thank
You are. You blow me out of the water. I
doubt that, man. I'm on a search right now. I'm on a journey for my pop voice.
For your what?
My pop voice.
What does that mean?
Well, in singing, like, when I say pop, that's a broad range, like kind of like your rock and roll or country or...
You're trying to figure out what you want to do?
I want to, trying to figure out what my strengths are. I feel like my classical voice is getting chiseled.
Right.
And like, I was taking lessons at BSC through Clyde Bauman, and my boss and my best friend, Andy, he's teaching me a bunch of stuff too. And, but it's different. A classical voice is different from like a pop voice, so it's like I'm really trying to focus on my vocals. I've spent a lot of time on the guitar, and I love the guitar.
Well, it's funny because didn't you get taught by Doug too?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so we both, like, I went to BSC also, and so when I was talking to you guys at the vault, I remember we were bullshitting about BSC, and I was so you guys know Doug, and you guys were like, oh yeah, Doug, and like all of us guitarists kind of knew him.
Yeah.
Because he helped influence he helped influence me greatly, and I know he did Adam.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. That's what Adam
I think Adam took lessons through him when he went to BSC, but
yeah, I don't know. He really, like, for me personally, he taught me a lot. Just about being a musician and learning your strengths. And then also, like, I think my biggest issue when I was learning with him was I would get really discouraged about when I couldn't figure something out, or when my, like, when your hands just aren't working the way you want them to. And he's like, go take a smoke. Like, go, like, that's what, and he would tell me these stories where he'd be like, I would just sit there for 4 hours trying to get this lick right, and nothing would happen. So I would force myself into a break. Just go have a smoke, decompress your mind, and then come back to it later and see what happens. Because a lot of us musicians, we get so obsessive about things. And actually, anybody,
that's especially true.
Anybody in entertainment period gets really obsessive about what they want to do. So sorry, everybody, you probably heard that. Ding, 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 ding. But anyway,
no,
Doug
Doug
was compulsion for us.
I took lessons through Doug, and I learned a lot. Adam, like I said, he was a musical mentor to me. That guy taught me a lot about the guitar and
Adam
music. Yeah, Adam.
So
Adam Aragos. Okay. Yeah.
So he taught you, huh?
He taught me a lot of the stuff, and Doug did too. But I think they're more guides towards like learning the right things.
Yeah.
I feel like they guided me in the right direction. Obviously, they taught me a lot of the technical stuff, but it's hard to be yourself sometimes.
It is fun growing up,
especially in music.
So that's don't worry, everybody. I'm just smoker's cough. But like me, the way I learned was it was a youth pastor when I was younger, really young, and then he left after I learned. Did you?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say take it back on. Take it back. Come on.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay, it came out.
No. Here, I'm coming over
Here.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, there's more in there. There you go. Now you're up.
All right. Fair enough.
Now you're where I'm at mentally.
Oh my god.
But terrible
fuck,
person.
man.
There we go. But anyway, now we can talk.
Now we can have a real talk.
But anyway, like when he went away, I only knew the first 4 chords. Like G, C, D, and that E sharp
like
minor.
the root chords.
Yeah, and then I just knew the exercise. But guitar was all I had growing up, and so I wasn't in sports or anything. So I just, learned. Internet, thank God, was right coming around. Even though it was still like that.
Oh,
I know that
52K
modem. Yeah, the fucking bullshit. The cable. Like trying to get on the old school ultimateguitar.com. Just that's how I learned. But I really disliked doing a lot of covers. I would do certain ones I knew girls would like, shit like that, because I loved going to parties with my guitar and viola. And everybody hated it right away. But then as I got better and better, it actually became a thing where, like, if there was a small gathering of, like, a couple hotties and my buddies, they would call me and be like, yo, bring your guitar over. We're all in the hot tub. Put your feet in and play. Because I would play these. I started writing my own music. When I was 15, right after he left, because I was like, what do I do now? And so by teaching myself, I was also learning how to write my own stuff. Because I had a lot of issues growing up, and it was like they're all inside me, like the Hulk, and I just needed to release all this energy. And the energy was within the music. And so I would do, like, say, a cover of... what's that fucking Hinder song? Lips of an Angel. I would do a cover of that. And this chick, I'm gonna name drop her, Erica, would love it, and she was gorgeous. She's still gorgeous, but she would love it because she'd be like, it's better than the way they play it. Because she would hate that original, but I did it my own way. I would even mix up the chords. I even did things to make it sound more accessible to myself. That's
you made it more
me.
You. Exactly.
I made it more me, and then I would play some cool stuff because when I was 15, I got kicked out of my house by my mom to live with my grandparents. And so I went from no freedom, period. I couldn't even have friends over, to whatever the hell I would. They gave me a car.
Oh my gosh.
Go have fun with your friends.
Just
so I was
crazy.
drinking, I was smoking, I was doing all sorts of terror. I was,
You're a typical
weed,
teenager.
I was doing all sorts of crazy shit. But out of the box, like I didn't have any friends before then.
And everybody kind of knew my idea, but they stayed away from me because of my mother. And anyway, that's a whole different story. But and people have heard it before on here when I'm really drunk and I do like a one-on-one. Like I've done like me, myself, and I podcast. Oh yeah, and I'll get just hammered, just
like Bill Burr style.
Yeah, and just bitch about everybody. But anyway, going back to music.
It's interesting, man, because like you started writing music right away.
Yeah,
I have written very little music.
Really?
Yeah.
And how old are you now?
22.
Yeah.
So
what the fuck, man? I gotta get you up to speed.
Yeah, I saw Andrew Larrabee is like doing lessons, and one of them was songwriting, and that kind of sparks my interest.
Well, you want to know what blew my mind when I was like 14, 15, when I was able to go out and do things with people. I was hanging out with like seniors at parties and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
And this was back when Tool was huge still.
Oh, yeah.
And A Perfect Circle, 9 Inch. My uncle, before I got kicked out of my mom's place, he like smuggled me a burnt version of 9 Inch Nails, the album with the Downward Spiral, and then the Teeth album. Both amazing albums in 9 Inch Nails discography. And I remember the way I wrote my songs was kind of like theirs mixed in with what everybody else wanted. And so like you were talking about finding your pop voice, I had already created mine by then. Yeah. But I had no idea how to do covers and shit correctly. So still to this day, I just make covers my own in a way. I don't try and like when I do Ben Harper's, Burn One Down, I'm not going to try and sound like him. Especially when I sing.
Well, I don't think people want to hear that, though.
Some people do. Some people love a straight-up cover band. I mean, weren't you guys a cover band?
Well, yeah, we did some covers, but we definitely tried, like,
because you were more blues, weren't you?
Well, Adam's a killer blues guitarist.
Well, and I could hear it. You know what I mean? I don't know if other people could, but I was like, oh, this is blues band.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like, deep down, they're a blues band.
I know if Adam,
jazz,
like,
a little bit of all that kind of flew together when I heard you guys play.
There's definitely a lot of different influences. I mean, that was really kind of my start into the scene here in Bismarck.
Yeah.
Was through Adam, man, and I owe him a lot because obviously we had Classic. He introduced me to Surprise Church, which at the time I was like, this is a regular gig. This is every Sunday I get to play. Right. The experience is just growing, Yeah. And then I kind of got deeper in the faith, and it turned into something more. But I owe him a lot for like everything in town, and even BSC. There was a day we were in the parking lot, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I don't think I'm gonna do jazz band. I think." There's going to be an open guitar spot, and he's like, you should sign up just right away.
Just get that experience.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, because you already had it, right?
Yeah. Well, kind of. At the time, I was kind of frustrated because I was never really playing guitar. Because with Classic, I was going between bass and drums. I think the height of that band, or the peak of that band, is when I was on drums, Jacob Meidinger was on bass, and Adam, obviously, guitar and singing.
I think that night at the Vol, you were on bass. I can't remember.
I was on drums.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could have swore I saw you up there rocking out, like in the front. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, you were probably on drums. Okay.
I know.
Maybe it was the Valentine's one. I don't remember.
That one I was on. There's recordings of both shows. Is
there? Okay.
Yeah.
So
and I was on drums.
Okay.
But and
I saw you some other place.
So I was like, this is my chance to play guitar and like play hard music. For me, for these jazz tunes are difficult and great experience. And then when Adam graduated, I did combo. I ended up playing bass and jazz combo for like a year, and then now I'm more full-time guitar than anything.
Right. Do you think you enjoy it more, basically?
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, would rather do the guitar.
I'd rather do the guitar thing.
Do you think it's because bass got boring for you?
Bass is a fun instrument.
It is, and it's easier. At least for me, and the simplest way of putting it, like when I learned bass, I was like, if I sat down, I could learn this instrument faster than I could sit down at the same, like say you started at the same time as guitar and bass,
right?
And you're moving along, you would eventually get farther in bass than you would guitar, because simply it's not as what's the word you would describe it as, like I would say it's not as complicated.
And it doesn't stick out in like the
until
sound.
you get to the expert levels.
Yeah.
Then they just go off. Then you have to
I got like
figure out how to bring them back in.
In like jazz combo, supposedly that class at BSC, the idea of it is like jazz in the real world. So like you get this book called The Real Book, and or the fake book.
The real
book. The real book. Only for real musicians.
Oh no.
No, what it is, it's just a book full of jazz standards.
Right.
And it's like 1,000 pages long. It's huge. And basically they don't give you bass lines, like written notation. They give you the chord and then you have to like walk it.
Oh.
So when I did bass and jazz combo, I got a crash course of like walking bass. It was fun though. Once I connected the dots, it was a lot of fun.
Well, I did terrible my first like couple weeks of music theory and all that stuff at BSC.
Oh,
because I had never taken a class other than basic guitar with chord or with tablature, no musical note. I had no concept.
Notations. So.
I had no concept of what musical notes were.
Yeah.
Still, and like I didn't understand theory or any of that. I didn't understand what 4-4 meant and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, going into that, I started getting A's and stuff like that. And and I would tell the teacher, I'm just writing down what I think is right. And she's like, well, it is right. And she. Then there was I remember this day because everybody hated me afterwards, but she pointed me out, and the choir kids in those classes were doing god awful, they were suffering,
and that's so weird.
And I didn't know how to help them either. Like they would ask me like, why are you good? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'm just writing shit down, and I think it's right. Like I'm writing down what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And I just trusted my gut on everything, and I was doing really good, and I got asked, and I got pointed out by, I forgot her name, she was a bitch though, the teacher.
Geez.
She was a bigger lady, she was just mean, and she's like, why do you guys think Scott's doing so good? And I was just like, no,
don't do this.
I was like,
don't do this.
Fuck you, lady. You're never gonna get me laid with these cute chicks.
Right.
You're fucking my life up right now. And then they're like, oh, we don't know. He shouldn't be. That's what one chick said. She was so pissed. She's like, he shouldn't be doing good.
Oh, God.
Because they knew I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
And she's like, the reason he's doing good is because he hears it.
You're using your ear.
Because I would listen to tunes. I would pick out the different things, and I still don't know what they're called today. I still don't. I just I figured it out. And he's like, he can hear it because he didn't have a choice. Because I had explained where I'd come from in music and just taking a chance in this class. And yada yada, and she's like, he hears it. You guys are so and she was a very, very big proponent of changing the school system with music.
Yeah.
The high school, middle school, and elementary school system with music, which I think is god awful, especially in small towns.
Yeah.
It's, the real recorder thing, like that's gonna fucking I fucking do those all the time.
I know.
They
high
turn
school,
on missing.
man.
Yeah,
it didn't help my music.
There was no music
times,
helping in that world, and they all thought they would, since they had come from the background, that they'd be okay. It's like, no, you still need to learn things you don't know.
Yeah.
And so being coddled like that, it really did not help whatsoever.
Yeah.
And me, it was helping me because I had always been just self-teaching constantly. Like, if I didn't know something, I'd figure out how to know it.
Right.
And that's just, if I didn't know this chord, I'd research it. I'd try and figure out what it was, and do all these things because I wanted to know. Mm-hmm. As a musician, you're always trying to find new things. And it's like, the big thing is don't copy other people's, music. And so you have to write your own music, especially if you want to be, an original artist. And so you got to find these things that nobody else has done.
Right.
And it's really hard because it's been a long time since guitar's been out, and they've done a lot of shit with it.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Jimmy Page played the guitar with a violin stick, or was it a Jimmy Page? I'm
with the violin bow.
Yeah, with the violin bow.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, like, people have done everything with it, and you still want us to come up with original music.
Right.
And so,
I would argue nothing's really original. Anymore. Everything's kind of taken
these guys
from something.
suing, all the other artists, like Led Zeppelin's getting sued by this guy.
Oh,
all that
whole
says
thing.
to me is, okay, you're just mad because they took your idea, they tweaked it, which is, I think, legal.
Yeah.
If somebody would take one of my ideas and change it a little bit to make it sound better, I'd just be like, well, they took music and made it better than what I could at the time. And so I think they can use it.
Yeah, but you want to know a band? You want to know what's a household name?
What's that?
Led Zeppelin. You want to know what isn't? Spirit. The band that sued.
Yeah.
That's probably why they sued.
Exactly. They want money. They're old and they're miserable, and they've been thinking for 30 years how they stole their fucking song.
And then finally they're like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the trigger.
You know what really happened? They finally saved up enough lawyer fees after 30 years of working in a coal mine to sue them.
After gigging at the bar with the tip jar.
What a miserable life to live.
What a
miserable life.
Oh my god.
I would never want to be that person.
I
hope I'm never that person.
I hope so too. I do fear of that. But man, it's interesting you bring it up because, high school, I learned a lot because I took one theory class through high school.
Oh, they had theory offered in Bismarck?
Well, in Scranton.
Oh, in Scranton, that's right.
Scranton, North Dakota.
I can't believe they had theory offered in Scranton. That's great.
Well,
Beulah is a terrible.
It was a computer program.
What?
It was a computer program that had all these tests.
So it was like an online kind of class?
It was basically, yeah.
Okay.
Except for our music teacher hosted it.
Okay, so he basically was there, and then it was all on the computer.
Yeah, basically. So we would put in our
at least you got,
that.
That's more than what we ever got.
Yeah,
that's the thing. There's a lot of schools that don't have any music programs.
Which is sad.
Terrible.
It's sad, man.
I firmly believe, music, it changes the world, whether or not you want to believe that or not. I mean, look at all the great, you watch these old films, like the Vietnam War and stuff. There's a song that always goes with the Vietnam War, and you know what it is? It's
Fortunate Son.
Yeah. No, Fortunate Son, and then also let me introduce myself. I'm a man.
Oh, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones.
Sympathy for the Devil.
Let's jam that just for a second.
Yeah.
Sympathy of the Devil. It's always associated with Vietnam.
With Vietnam, really?
Any movie you watch, any helicopter scene,
and you hear.
Yeah, exactly. That is associated, and so there's all these songs and music that's associated with the times, with every time. Look what the Beatles did.
Yeah.
They're associated with that entire pulp culture of when were they around the 50s or the
60s? But the Beatles went through eras.
Yeah,
exactly. They went through 3 eras in the 10 years they were.
But that's the thing, is that's how influential
they
were for the times. And so people to say that music doesn't affect the world is completely false.
Yeah,
it's a backdrop.
It totally does contribute to society.
It's like you're on a stage and there's a scene behind you, like flowers and a tree and it's all made up. It's just a screen.
Yeah.
But that's what music is to life.
Right.
I feel like it's like I wish I had a narrating music behind me at all times. Like walking down the street. Like you're walking down the street, you're thinking of the cool song. That's what music is, to everybody.
Yeah.
And some people feel it and some people don't, but,
have you ever, watched a movie without music?
I've watched, when I go to sleep, I'll turn down, the entire sound and just try and read lips sometimes.
Oh, jeez.
And that'll make
I thought you were going to say you watch ASMR or something.
No, that'll make me fall asleep so fucking fast.
Oh, yeah.
But just watching this. Scary movies with no... Best thing, scary movies with no sound.
With no sound.
Because to make a movie scary in a horror sense,
you need the boost in volume.
You need the sounds,
you need the dissonance.
You need these things, and props off to the people who do that, who do all the sounds in movies and shit like that.
Yeah.
They make them out of everything, old shoebox, like walking on sand, and I've watched videos like that just for out of curiosity of people that make the sound, like the backdrop sounds in movies, like the wave, like a wave on the beach, they'll figure out how to make that sound.
Or like for crunching sounds, they use like vegetables.
Yeah,
they
just crazy.
Yeah.
How do you think of that?
I don't know.
It would take me a long time to just think. I'd be walking around stores banging shit. Like, what do I need today for work? This carrot. Sir, you have to pay for that. Yeah, I will. I didn't. It just sucks.
It's just a test.
Didn't work.
No. Oh man, it's crazy.
Right.
Like I think of the Beatles. Mm-hmm. I feel like
you like the Beatles.
I love the Beatles.
I hate the Beatles.
No shit.
But I respect. Respect.
See, that's what
See,
everyone.
I'm a Doors fan. And
I love the Doors too.
I'm a Doors. If you had to put like that age, it'd be the Doors. I never really got into the Beatles. There's songs that I like from them, but it's the most popular ones. Like their psychedelic age, I can't listen to that.
See, that's what I was just gonna talk about. How like they were the first artists to really just like they were doing the pop thing. Like I wanna hold your hand, and then they were like, well, we're gonna be the first mainstream band just to do something entirely different and psychedelic. Like there were underground psychedelic stuff going on,
but they wanted to bring it up.
They were the first mainstream band to do something like that.
Well, they could, like everybody would just freak when they saw the Beatles back in the day.
They quit
girls would
touring
be
because
losing
of that.
their minds. People would lose their minds because they were one of those first anybody to, next to like Elvis and shit like that, to just be so high up there where people didn't really have television. They had television, but it wasn't like it is now. Like everybody's everybody. You could compare the Beatles to Justin Bieber now. That'd probably be the only person that would ever come close to their fame. If you think about it, like just the crazy.
Or like
and that's
Taylor
old
Swift.
JB. I'm talking about old JB.
Yeah.
Like, remember when JB was like young?
When it was like baby.
Oh my
JB.
god.
Yeah.
Every girl's house I went to, like when he came, like always a poster of him. You know?
Of course.
But then you had Backstreet Boys too. All the girls had posters of them.
That was my first concert ever.
Really?
Yeah. I was
know
5 years old. Which one was yours?
Oh, mine was let me think. Puddle of Mud in Bismarck.
Oh no!
Uncle took me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, mine was.
And they sucked. He was fucked up on stage, and I knew it. Yeah.
Well, he's had issues. What was it? A few years ago, he's getting booed off stage and stuff.
I love watching videos like that.
Oh my gosh!
What the heck?
Getting a call.
I think it's probably one of those telemarketers, but I don't know. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I don't have a business with Google.
I get those phone calls too.
Well, see, now I'm so used to getting phone calls from local numbers because they got those now. Telemarketers do. But this said it was from Virginia, and I have some family over there. So I was just like, maybe it might be one of my, that's what the only reason I answered that. People, I'm really good about never, unless I'm drunk. It's the end of the podcast, and I need to figure out where I'm staying that night. I never answer my phone. I try not to, but I was like, that could be a cousin that I haven't talked to.
Yeah, that could be someone.
Yeah, but anyway, man, back to music. It's kind of crazy, the transitions through the eras. Everyone.
Like how different phases, different things got popular and then it died out. Man, and I'm sure people who've played music or friends and family are just sick of me fucking talking about this, but I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan.
Oh, Pink Floyd's good.
Pink Floyd is my jam.
Pink Floyd's good. I like them. I like those nights when I'm driving home, really late after a podcast, and I throw on the radio instead of Pandora. And a Pink Floyd classic will come on.
Yeah.
Those are the nights I love the most, I think, because that's when I didn't purposely look. I like to listen to them randomly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. Is
your
the radio, and then I can really enjoy that song. And it kind of sounds shittier on the radio too. It's not through your phone, and it almost those older songs sound better through the radio.
Yeah, isn't there something to it? It's
it's
something about
really
that
weird.
old school analog.
Yeah, and then you play it through, like, say, your phone or my computer and stuff, and you still hear it, but there isn't that crackle sometimes when you lose service for a split second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That kind of stuff is lost. That's why, like, you listen to that documentary with Jack White, Jimmy Page, and
it's about to get loud.
Yeah, it's about to get loud.
Yeah,
That's amazing. One of my favorite music documentaries, period. Because when they showed how Jack records using tape, I was like, oh, that's still around? Like, I thought you couldn't even do that anymore. I thought it was gone. You know what I mean? Like it was so old, like it was gone.
It took over. Her
well, not even that. Like, just nobody had them anymore. That's what I thought. I thought, like, they were gone with time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I guess he had one in this old barn house, and that's where he records at to get the sound. Mm-hmm. And I love that sound.
I love old White Stripes
stuff
where it was very independent, very raw.
Yep.
And obviously, it was clear they weren't using a metronome because Meg can't keep a steady tempo.
No. But that's what that
was the fun part of it.
That was the beautiful part about it, was them trying to stay with each other.
Yeah.
And it almost, like, represented their relationship in a way, because they did eventually get a divorce. That's why the White Stripes isn't together anymore.
Well, I thought they divorced before the White Stripes even.
Nope, that's what split them up.
Really?
Divorce. I'm pretty sure. I can fact check myself.
No, I think there's something to that. I know it's weird because Jack
and Meg divorce.
I thought it was
after
in the 90s. Yeah.
Let's look here.
Or like how Jack White took Meg's last name because it was Meg White.
But soon after getting married, the couple formed their own act and concocted the brother-sister story. That's right. That was the whole thing, is that they made it look like they were brother and sister, and then
they had a weird thing going on. Jack White's just a weirdo.
Well, I think they did that to get people to stay away from him. I get that, actually. When you're as popular as the White Stripes were when they came out, you're kind of like, all right, how can we make this, so we're not being harassed all the time.
Right.
But let's see, I'm looking here. In actuality, John met Megan in the early 90s when he was in high school and she was a waitress, blah, 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 blah. Around that time, Jack was playing drums and guitar with various bands, but soon after getting married, the couple formed their own act, concocted the brother-sister stories. In the early days of the Stripes, most people and the press took the Whites' lie as truth. However, after the duo began to attract mainstream attention in 2001, the couple were exposed. I'm sure because they looked up records. They're married.
There's documentation.
Yeah, but the Detroit newspaper even published their marriage certificate.
Oh gosh.
That's when you're in the spotlight, when they look for that kind of stuff for no reason. For no reason. It's not their. And it's not like their fucking business.
Right?
To look into that.
Well, it's worse now than it ever has been.
I was slightly wrong. It says by then Jack and Meg were no longer married. They divorced in 2000, but they remained bandmates and continued their brother-sister ruse as the White Stripes became global rock stars with the release of White Blood Cells in 2001 and Elephant in 2003.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the White Stripes documentary?
I think so.
There's like one where they tour Canada.
Okay, so Jack and Meg dissolved their band about a decade after they ended their marriage. So they were married, but
See,
then they got
yeah.
divorced, but then eventually I think they finally just broke up after a long time. So I was wrong. It wasn't the divorce. They had divorced halfway through.
Well, if you watch the documentary, you can tell there's like some tension like between them.
Right.
There's a part where, Jack really is just like, Meg, there wasn't a steady tempo. It was kind of rough tonight. Just kind of getting on her ass about things. And
that'd be hard.
Yeah, man.
As married, couple.
Or there's a really funny part in that documentary, too, where they load up their amps in the back of a car and the dude hits a bump and Jack gets pissed at the driver and he's like, speed bumps! Or no, he's like, we got tube amps! You can't be hitting those bumps. We got tube amps back here. And then the next scene is like him rocking out to one of his songs, and there's like a Moog synth, like one of those really expensive ones. He just knocks it over, hits the ground.
Doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Does not give a fuck.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He probably paid for all of it. He's probably just like, if I'm gonna break, or if something's gonna break, I'm gonna be the one that breaks it.
Right. And I'm sure that
those tube amps, man. Oof.
Yeah,
that scared me to even travel with those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually, so a few weeks ago, I went to pick up my amp because it's a tube amp. It's like 70 pounds.
Yeah.
And I tweaked out my lower back. Like, it spasmed out. And
Jesus. Alright, I'm good.
you good?
Mm-hmm.
You need more beer? Oh no, you're good.
No. We're taking it easy.
No, man, I hurt my lower back, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, so I made a purchase recently, and I got like a little pedal that's a
Yeah.
digital amp emulator, and it's pretty
Nice.
good. So
That's what I would do. I would record, if I was them, I would record with the old school shit, just to get that perfect sound. And then get emulators and pedals and probably amps that have them built in.
Well, this pedal, man, it sounds just as good as an amp, and like I'm just thinking.
But there is still a warmth to those old ones that you can't emulate. But on stage live, you're just like, should I risk breaking this amazing amp, or should I just take this new technology that's as close as I can get and play it live?
Right.
For these thousands of people.
Yeah. Or in our case, tens.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like in Jack White's defense.
Yeah.
Why he would bring his expensive shit with is beyond me, but
Right. Well, I don't know. It's also a showy thing. It's like, we got amps on stage, and
you can still have amps. Just get the emulator thing, what I
Right.
mean? Just get new ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In my case, I bought it mainly for church. Just
Yeah.
Sunday mornings. I'm just kind of over.
So is that what you're doing now with music? Basically, at the moment, is just playing. With
Yeah,
the church?
here and there.
'Cause I see a lot of that on Facebook.
Yeah, I used to really go to Surprise Church a lot, and I still really like those guys. But I'm over at New Song right now.
Nice.
And as of right now, I'm just playing once a month, and we're gonna work me into playing more. But other than that, I just finished up with the musical Rent, where I played guitar in the pit. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Rent was the musical grew on me, and the music grew on me, but it was through Sleepy Hollow Productions, and it was all adults. It wasn't like college or high school. There wasn't any weird cliquey things going on. Like the band, the cast, and the tech people, it just kind of was a really good community. And
because they do all sorts of plays down there, don't they? Like actual adult,
Well, in the winter time, they tried to do an adult play, but in the summertime, it's mainly like junior high, high school. They got rid of the college play, and
why is that?
I don't know.
Were they fucking too much? In the back of stage stuff?
Their last college show was Little Shop of Horrors, and me and Adam Aragos played in it. Yeah, and that was a really fun show too.
Oh, what the heck?
But
maybe there's just not enough people.
Maybe I'm not sure why they quit that, but it was fun because everyone was cool.
Yeah.
I guess I'm in the band Hang On Marjorie with Lawrence Luger and Colton the Godness and Charlie Foolbear.
Cool.
I don't know if you know those people.
Well, are you guys playing a lot yet, or are you just
we've
warming up?
only had a couple gigs.
Okay.
We're dry on gigs at the moment, but
you guys are just working on stuff then, basically.
We're working on stuff.
No, I haven't heard of them, dude. There's a lot of people. Like I with this podcast, I started, with the people I knew right away, and just kind of been working myself into learning about more people, meeting more people, because the biggest thing is whenever I try and get somebody to do one of these things, I'm like, I'll say 3 hours is like the time I want to do it, and sometimes it'll just go for like an hour and a half. It just depends what's going on that night. Like I did one with Richard Lowen, and that one was supposed to be a longer one, but it was weather. It was already dark. It was shitty weather out.
Oh, so you had to end it quick.
Yeah, well, not end it quick, but just kind of cut it. Like, hey man, and it was a great first introduction. I hope we do another one. Just to go farther into more stuff, because we could have kept talking. It's one of those things. But then that's the deal breaker with a lot of people. They're just like, well, I don't want to sit there for 3 hours. I'm like, then I don't want to do it with you,
right?
Because I don't want to learn the fake you. I want to learn the real you.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing that Joe says on his podcast and a lot of those other big time podcasters is like, you don't get to know anyone by sitting down with them only for an hour, really.
Right.
He's like, you gotta just go for longer, because once they hit that hour and a half mark, then it's game on. Then it's like you're really like actually diving into shit.
Yeah.
Like just to get to know the person and just for the viewer, because it's all for viewers. You know, like doing this is for people to listen to and to get to know you and me a little bit more.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
and you know, like get to know you a lot today.
And to be honest, like the only way we really know each other were like the few
We've seen
gigs,
the few
and
gigs,
Facebook.
Yep, and then video games, and we're gonna talk about all that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, when you hit the whole reason this happened is because Kingdom Hearts 3 was about to come out, and he hit me up saying we should do a podcast about it together. Because I have one friend, Charles, who's a little older than me, who I talked about earlier. Charles has been shout out to Charles.
Yeah, go Charles.
But he's older than me, but he remembers Kingdom Hearts, but he's not as like it really sucked one night. We were gonna play it, then that fucking blizzard happened. And I got an interesting story for you, but basically we were gonna, do a podcast about it too, and the blizzard happened, but we were trying to watch a video that would have filled in the entire story for him.
I'm sure it was like 30 minutes.
It was an hour.
Was it longer?
Well, dude, you know how have you played through all of them, right?
Well, I've played through most of them, and the ones I couldn't play through, I've seen playthroughs.
Okay, so you basically know the entire
I know
story.
of all of them, but to be honest, man, I had to go through.
There's a lot that happens. There's a lot that happens. It's crazy.
Before we get into this,
we'll keep talking about music.
No, I just wanted to say I'm also in this band called the Great Scots.
Okay.
I'm playing bass with those guys. Hang on, Marjorie, I'm playing guitar, and as of right now, I'm in the pit for BSC's musical, Heathers.
Nice.
So, just trying to keep it real with trying to gig regularly.
Why do you? What's your why do you do so much? Like, why do you want to do plays? Why do you want to be in two different bands? Like, what drives you? What makes you want to do?
I just love music, man. I love
performing. But what about like Rent? Like the play. Like, is that just to help you with like stage performance?
I mean, the experience is nice.
Yeah.
I guess music is really. When I first started getting into the scene, it was really about playing. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of shifted in a way. And this is something getting deeper into my faith. I've learned just relationships and community and meeting people. And a lot of times musical events is a gathering of a crowd, and I just love that idea. And I love that atmosphere, when it's not getting shot up. But
what?
That's a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
I'm really confused about.
No, that's a very dark millennial type joke.
Did
like a
happen?
meme joke? No.
Oh, okay.
That's my humor.
Right. But it's not a good job.
No. You didn't laugh right away, so I'm like,
Well, I was like, was there something in the news I missed? Because I try and stay away from the news as much as possible.
I do too.
Unless it's something important.
Nothing I've heard in town.
And there's just so much shit that happens, like, schools and churches getting shot up or blown up.
Well,
and you're kind of like numb to it.
When I make that joke, I'm kind of like poking fun more at the news media, because it's like they're the ones who make a big deal and make these shooters a celebrity, Yeah,
they do it the wrong. Well, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing when I think about news. I for some odd reason I got it in my head young that the news was supposed to be completely unbiased and completely be just supportive of facts. Facts. That's what the news is. News is supposed to suck because of that reason.
Right. It's supposed to be boring and not
It's
fun
supposed to be
watch.
boring, not fun to watch. It's not
Right.
supposed to sell. It's supposed to inform you of the events of what's happening.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That's journalism that I learned. That's where I learned journalism in school.
Yeah.
And now I look at it as like a drama. Like in all the news is it's a drama now. It's not it's not journalism anymore.
I think the TV news is dying out. And
well, not
taking
even
over.
that. I think it's just it's so. I think they're sides. They're picking sides, you know, and it's really, you don't know what to believe. And then you have the internet, which is just full of assholes making up fake shit.
Yeah,
so it's
even
like,
media too.
what's going on? You know, like you can't trust any of it, but you have to trust some of it because some of it is true. I mean, this shit did the wildfires in California did happen,
right?
But you know,
it's just who do you trust for context?
Yeah,
because a lot of sources throw a lot of things out of proportion.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know. I mean, I'm really into YouTube. That's kind of what I watch mainly. I follow like YouTube channels and just seeing like PewDiePie and all everything he gets. The media is always after him about something, or someone is always after him.
I heard there was a
about
big
something.
scandal. There was some that happened, and it wasn't even that bad. It was just some bullshit.
Yeah, there was like a Fiverr incident. Do you know what Fiverr is?
No.
It's like you pay people. It's a website where you pay people to do like a service. Like there was a dude, like that voiceover Pete guy.
Yep.
He started on Fiverr, and basically someone would pay him, type a paragraph of what they want him to say, and then he would do it. And the whole website's just people like that. And PewDiePie thinking that no one would do any of this terrible stuff.
I think I remember
him.
this now. Yeah,
Right.
Joe covered it on his
Yeah.
blog. I'm remembering how terrible that this actually ended up being.
A lot of people
for him.
ended up doing all this crazy stuff he typed, and then he made a video about it, and then he got under fire.
But you
from
know
the
what?
media.
He's not as hated as much as that other dude, that blonde dude who was running around in the dead forest, the suicide forest.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, God, I hate that fuck. I really do. You know, and now I'm a YouTuber, essentially. I have the podcast on YouTube, and anybody listening on SoundCloud, check it out, because that's where I put the streams, too, for all the video games. But, man, that dude just makes me want to punch him.
Oh,
and I know he can kick my
brothers.
ass, you know, like he looks like he's a boxer, apparently. He looked pretty good in that fake boxing match. I'm not even going to lie. I'm a fan of MMA. I watched it just out of the comedic.
It was a joke.
It was a joke,
It was
but
a joke.
dude, he's jacked. He's jacked. He's fucking fit.
Well, it's the fight.
Look
in
at
the
me.
dog.
I'm a fighter, but like I could fight, but not that dude. He's gonna kick, but I still want to punch him in the face. I still want to risk it. I'm like, all right, 50-50, I can knock him out the first time I hit him.
Oh, jeez.
That's it. Like, I got 50. This is what I think about every time I want to punch somebody. I'm like, all right, what are my odds? Either he's gonna wake up or he's not.
Well, both the Paul brothers, man, they've gotten into crazy controversies. Like obviously the suicide forest.
How
thing.
fucking dumb can you be? I mean,
I'm just surprised. And you want to know what the worst
there's
part?
no common sense there.
YouTube picks the trending page, and they say they don't, but they do.
They did,
and that was on trending.
Did you listen to that Joe podcast with Twitter's CEO that he just had?
No.
Joe got lots of hate because he didn't ask. They were calling him alt-right because he didn't ask a lot of these questions that a lot of people wanted answered about, like that kind of stuff, the trending and everything. He kind of touched on it, and I listened. It was a great podcast. Great podcast.
I watched like some.
But he's just like, what do you expect from me? I'm not alt-right. I just asked him questions I wanted to ask him. I just talked to him like a human being.
Like
I'm not an interviewer. I'm a podcaster.
Right. There's a huge.
But I guess he's gonna come back on. The guy is, and he's gonna bring another person with him, probably his lawyer.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell him it's not his lawyer, but I can guarantee you that dude's probably got a law degree.
Yeah.
And he's gonna come on, and then they're gonna address the issues that all the fans had, and hopefully make light of it. And but at the same time, it was about like the trending and taking things out and putting things in, and and it's all really confusing to me. You're a little younger than me, so I don't really understand.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
You're 28?
Yeah,
oh,
I'm old as fuck, and I still live with my grandparents.
Oh, that sounds good, man.
No, I take care of them. I don't live with them. I honestly take care of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotten to that point.
No, man, there's a little bit, even though we're pretty close in age, there is, like, with humor, as we heard.
I got some really dark humor.
Right.
When I get going. But
yeah.
when you said that, I was just like, Oh, are we doing this?
Am I referencing something?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Are you
Yeah.
referencing something? And I was really confused for a
No.
second, because I was trying to figure that out.
There's like, even in meme culture, there's just a crazy, like, extreme.
Yeah.
Like, there's a gap
Oh, dude.
between, like, humor
I
even.
am absolutely obsessed. And can you guess what meme I'm thinking of right now?
Okay, let me think.
It's new.
It's new. I don't know what you're thinking. Oh,
Zoinks!
Zoinks?
Zoinks!
Oh, is that a meme?
No. Think about it. Who says it?
Oh,
Scooby Sticks.
Oh, the Shaggy meme.
The Jig. I'm absolute. I'm gonna grab that Miller Lite.
Oh, dude, can you grab my Bud Light?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
This girl tonight wants me to spend the night with her. I might end up taking her up on that.
Dude.
we'll see how far I get to Zap. But
Before you zip that zap.
yeah, before I zip. But dude, the Shaggy memes,
Those are hilarious.
And you know what? I signed that fucking petition to get him into Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh my god.
It's up to. I want to check that. Let's check how high that is. So,
Speaking
do you want to talk? Do you know about it?
Yeah, I know a little bit
Why
about
don't
it.
you
Yeah.
talk about the Shaggy meme? Just
Okay.
give the context so people who are adults that listen to
Oh
it.
yeah.
So we're talking about.
So meme culture is random. Meme culture is unpredictable, and this Shaggy from the real
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby Doo, but like the real life animated Scooby Doo movie. The guy who played Shaggy became like a huge meme, and he just basically became Chuck Norris.
Well, no, he became Ultra Instinct Goku.
Oh yeah.
That's where it came from.
Yep.
And anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, if you know Goku, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z. There's a new series called Dragon Ball Super where Goku goes straight up God.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Ultra Instinct Goku's got, white hair. It's baller.
Yeah.
Watch the series. It's baller, especially the Tournament of Power. Baller. But anyway, this is the wrong petition. But anyway, somebody put him instead of Goku into the picture, and
it became a meme. It got huge.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about petitions, man, in the Super Bowl.
But I still want to find out.
Oh,
this.
okay, yeah.
But anyway, it started as a meme where people would like post things like, Shaggy used on set, for the like real movie. That was the best one with the castmates.
Yeah,
I had a ton of them saved. But they would say things, and I just want to get one right. I'll bring up my gallery here. Oh my god! Oh my god! I gotta say this after I say this meme. So let's see here. The one that got me. This is the first one. So it's the one who plays Daphne, or who's the hot one in like the Scooby Doo? Like,
I think it's
not Daphne.
is it Velma?
No, it's Daphne.
It
Velma's
is.
the nerd.
Yeah, Velma's the nerd.
So the chick who plays, like her. It's a meme with her on set. Talking like as an interview, and it said this one somebody made. Like all memes are made up by people, and so it says I had to get several abortions during filming. The mere gaze of Shaggy would create godly offspring, and my womb could not handle. I often wore Ray-Bans to no effect. And you all know who fucking shared that? That was Skylar Hughesby who shared it.
Oh my
And he started making a shitload of them, and I saved a bunch, as many as I could.
Yeah.
Because it is fan-fucking-tastic.
The Shaggy memes.
There's another one. It's the one who played Shaggy. He's like, I once made the mistake of giving Daphne's stunt double a foot massage. We ended up telling the coroner she stepped on a landmine. Like, it's shit like I only use 0.11% of my power. Like, shit like... And it's so funny. But, dude, here's the thing. Warner Brothers owns the Mortal Kombat franchise. Mm-hmm. They own the Scooby-Doo franchise. They could do it. And right now, as it stands, it says 361,915 people have signed the petition to get him as a DLC character. And that's fucking rad, because the guy who created Mortal Kombat, or is creating Mortal Kombat 11 right now, I forgot his name, tweeted, "Yeah, in your dreams." But then, like, the next day after he saw this petition, I guess, he did another tweet with a picture of Shaggy kind of put into, like, the Mortal Kombat giving a head kick to Scorpion.
Oh, jeez.
And it's awesome. I'll look it up just to show you. And he said, well, is this what you guys really want?
Right.
And everybody was like, yes! Dude, well, And then the guy said, well, I'd have to do Scooby-Doo also. And it's like, yes! I would pay good fucking money to beat people up in Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
Right.
I would pay, especially Mortal Kombat, where you get
the finishers.
Destroy their bot. Like some of the new finishers. Have you seen the gameplay yet?
No, but I've seen the Mortal Kombat 10 finishers.
Yeah, 11 takes it to a new level.
Oh no!
There's one dude
I thought
who
10 was
cuts
bad.
off one dude's like face like this, and so you see his skull like cut, and then he cuts it again. So then it's the brain.
Oh my gosh!
And then like the inside's right here, and then he takes the brain out and he starts eating it. It's like Fucabra or whatever.
What the hell? Really?
Yeah. So Shaggy in Mortal Kombat. This should come up really quick. Let's see here. Should we come up really quick here? Images. There it is. That's the one. That's the one he tweeted. So this is what he tweeted.
Oh my!
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would. If that's just like him fucking around with the design,
right? If he
tweak
paid
it out
some
a little bit
artist
better,
to do that,
dude, they could do that. They could do that.
easily
Give him
could.
powers like Goku.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Speaking of Goku and like Mortal Kombat, do you think everyone's saying Goku should be in Smash? Do you think Goku should be in Smash?
I don't think so because I play Fighter Z. And
that's the Dragon Ball.
That's
like,
the newest
fighter.
fighting game that got a lot of awards because it's got some of the best graphics. Period. I think. Have you seen any of it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's amazing, and I played a lot. And they just released Jiren for it.
Oh, okay.
And dude, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like doing the finishers and everything, and then also I got Injustice 2 recently, just to warm up for Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
And that's hard as fuck too, but it's fun. It's fun. But Fighter Z is different. It's got a really simpler moveset.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's not as like
there isn't like 500 combos for one character like there is in Injustice and
Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter.
Yeah. Like if you're good at Mortal Kombat, you're gonna kick my ass. If you're good in Fighter Z and I'm like playing against you, I'm probably gonna kick your ass because I've played it longer and I got the combos for everybody down, which I could never have done in Mortal Kombat.
Right.
There's just too many. It's really complicated. You got to get them just right.
Yeah.
I want to buy one of those joystick controllers or
the arcade.
Yeah, I want to
you-
get one of those. Yeah.
They make those.
Yeah, I want to get
yeah.
one. I want to try it out and see how it works, like with a PlayStation. You know?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, man. I'm more of a Smash player.
I love Super Smash. I haven't played the new one yet, but I heard
The
it's
new
awesome.
one. The new one's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I just picked it up. My last Smash game I ever played before this one was like the original.
Yeah, I had a buddy named Aaron. He's still my buddy. I just haven't seen him in a while. But we would always have gaming nights when we were doing a lot of things we shouldn't have been doing. You know? And we'd play GameCube with
the Melee.
Yep, whatever one it was called for
Yeah.
the GameCube. I can't remember which Super Smash that was. Was it Melee?
Yep,
Super Smash Melee.
that was Melee.
Yeah, we'd play that one, trying to unlock characters and stuff. And,
Yeah.
having fun. And God, those games are, Nintendo's killing it this year and last year. They're killing it.
I think the Switch is like
I'm gonna get one. I'm eventually here. I'm
Switch is
working up to it. So
the Switch. I feel like Switch is going to be the last console Nintendo ever makes.
Have you heard the news that the Xbox app is going to work on the Switch?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Okay, a friend of mine just like told me about it.
Did
I
he
haven't
explain
looked into it.
Okay.
No.
Because I don't understand what that all means. Did you want to talk about music some more before we start diving into this?
I don't know.
Because we're on the edge of the
We're on the edge of
just deep diving right into video games, which I wanted. How far are we? We're at an hour.
We're in an hour already?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You want to take? I don't know if you smoke cigs. Can I take a smoke break?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. You want to take a break and then we'll.
I guess the only thing is, if you're in the Bismarck area, I guess as we'll end the music segment this way.
Well, it ain't gonna be in the second. It'll be just right away. So
Yeah.
We'll just. All right, there we go. Now we're cooking. Technical.
Are we
difficulty.
back?
We're back.
Hey, I was wondering.
What?
So, before we go deep into
Yeah.
the video game lore, do you listen to bands like Unknown Mortal Orchestra, Tame Impala, or Mac DeMarco?
No, I've never heard of it.
Really? See, those are the kinds of groups I'm into.
What genre is it?
I guess the Mac DeMarco and Unknown Mortal Orchestra. I think they're considered like indie or indie rock, but I know like Tame Impala could be indie. It could be like psychedelic rock. It could be alternative rock. I don't know. I'm into those bands, and that's more like trippy kind of sound.
Right.
But I also like love the Black Keys and,
I do too.
and the Arctic Monkeys.
I don't know. The Arctic Monkeys, to me, they kind of dropped off, I guess, is the right word.
Did you listen to their new album?
No, I haven't listened to the album in a while.
It's different from anything else they've done. But the Black Keys, man, they have this album called Rubber Factory, and it's like the bluesiest, like most soulful album I've ever heard. It's awesome. I'm good.
Okay. Damn it.
Woo! Don't die on us.
No, I never die. Oh, but anyway, yeah, dude, I love the Black Keys too.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome band. You know, and I think what, got me into all those, like bluesy kind of stuff is definitely the White Stripes,
Mm-hmm.
And also,
I'm a big White Stripes fan.
I like listening to really old blues, like B.B. King, of course, and Muddy Waters, shit like that. Just really like it's mainstream blues, I guess. Old school mainstream blues, I guess.
Yeah.
But that kind of got me thinking when I was writing music a long time ago. Like all the different things you could do.
Yeah.
Mixing like the genres together in a way, which is what rock is. When it comes down to it, it's just a mixture of all different types of stuff.
Yeah.
Same with every other newer genre,
Yeah.
It all started with the basics, though. Like you had blues, Southern blues, and country music, and they all kind of came together and started new branches.
It's like it's all under one tree.
Yeah, it is. It's a tree.
I would argue that rock started under the country branch, and then developed.
I'd like to think blues and country came together for rock. That's what I would think.
That's a good way
I heard
to
it. I heard that same thing from who said it? It was an interview with probably Aerosmith's singer.
Steven Tyler?
Yeah. He kind of said like when they were starting out that it was all country and just straight blues, and they wanted to kind of do it together. They wanted something different, or to play something different, because that was the only way they were ever going to get picked up.
Yeah.
And make it big, because that was that's the dream. Back then.
Yeah. Well, it's a dream now.
It is, but it's changed. I mean, with the internet, it's all become different.
Yeah.
So different.
My dream is to be a festival musician.
Yeah.
To play festivals. Because that's what a lot of these bands that I listen to end up doing too. Mm-hmm. Is just they get on that festival circuit.
Well, that also pays the bills probably, since albums don't sell anymore, really.
No.
You
It's all about singles, and if you are like a part of a record company, you might as well just say goodbye to even making money from recording, because you need it, but you also don't benefit.
The touring is what hopefully pays your bills.
Yeah, if people like you, I guess
Yeah, if you go on tour, you can make money that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, record sales, it's just like why
and streaming is criminal.
Yeah. Yep. But everybody can get it from YouTube.
That too.
You put it on YouTube, and they can listen to it, and it's a different time, man. And it's been like that since the internet started, and nobody, the record business, it's scary when you think that Apple is still like one of the biggest like music industries in the world, and they're a computer company.
Right. It's like, how did that come to be?
Yeah, they were ahead of the curve. And none of the record companies wanted to jump with it. And that's in that documentary, the 30 Seconds to Mars Artifact.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one of my favorite music, because it really showed, like, these guys, who now are famous. Jared's
Leto.
But they were broke.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were
in debt from the record company.
Yeah, and then they were being sued, for God amount of money, and it's like,
just for art, just for music. It's crazy, man. Yeah. I think any artist is just better off if they were going to record their own stuff to do it on their own platform or do it with their own equipment, because man, it is just crazy. Basically, recording and writing music now is just to get a gathering.
Well, the main reason for getting the record deal is so you can get the funds to go on tour.
That's,
you know, like, I can't imagine, say, if you do make it big through the internet, it's like, but that isn't paying you.
Right.
You know, like, now you have to go on tour, and it's like, you have no money to go on tour. You know, you barely have money to get a McDonald's Big Mac. You know?
Right.
like, how are you supposed to travel across the country and see all your fans? And that's where the deal comes in with the record business, you know.
Right.
And so it's kind of just a vicious circle, you know, and that's why I like the fact that a lot of musicians now have started their own, you know, record companies.
Yeah.
And that started with, like, rap music, I think. That's where that came out.
Like
Rappers just started making their own labels.
Yeah.
They said, you know, we're not going to be a part of these big ones because they didn't want us right away anyway.
Yeah.
And now, you know, some of the biggest record labels are actually, you know, theirs, you know. And
crazy.
Whether or not they treat their, you know, people, the artists correctly now is, I don't know.
Right.
You know, you hear horror stories from the big ones, but you don't really from those ones. You hear about nothing about how they mistreated you.
Right.
So that gives me hope, you know, a little bit. It'd be cool if, like, different artists, like, say, Aerosmith, you know, started their own record company, you know, and just put artists, you know, like them underneath it and stuff. But, you know.
It's crazy because the dream is there. The dream to be a musician or a professional musician performing. I mean, to answer your question earlier, too, that's also sort of, like, my drive to do so many projects, too.
Yeah.
Is just to get the experience, and it's a dream, you know,
right.
And just trying to make it somehow. And I know songwriting right now anyway is a weak spot, so being the guy who can come up with instrumentals around a song is kind of my thing right now.
Dude, when I write my lyrics, like, I always keep stuff with me, you know, like paper and a pen.
Yeah.
Like, if I get a thought, I write it down. And I definitely, when I write, it's during very emotional moments. That's when I write. Because that's, one, it's my therapy. You know, like, that's the way I deal with things.
Yeah.
Is, you know, solitude and writing. You know, just writing. And a lot of people write poems. A lot of people write in a journal and stuff like that. But for me as a musician, I write songs. And so I take those and I write them in the songs. A lot of them are garbage.
Yeah.
You know? But
hear you.
There might be one in that 20, you know, that actually has potential.
Yeah.
And that's where I go from there.
So you're the kind of guy. Well, I think every writer, they just write until they find something.
Yeah. I have a lot of hard drive in here with just, you know, bajillions of songs that I've never recorded or anything with it, but I keep them. I keep them because who knows what they might be like in 20 years. I could have a use for it too.
Yeah,
that's another thing I tell beginner, you know, musicians and writers is don't throw away, you know, the bad ones. You know, like keep them as a reminder that you did it, and secondly, keep them because you don't know, that might sound shitty now, but you don't know where you're going to be in 20 years. Maybe that song makes sense then, because we write like through experience and we write through what's around us, and you might write a song that doesn't make sense to you, but it just came out. In a couple of years, that song might make sense to you finally, and then you can figure out the rest of it. Then you can tweak the lyrics, then you can tweak the music behind it and make it into something, you know, that is plausible and good, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I tell a lot of people, don't throw away the bad ones. Keep them all. Yep.
All there.
And another thing too is what I like to remind myself is I start writing. I know I'm writing something that I've already written. I remember that too because I still have it on my hard drive. I'm like, oh, I can't write this because I've already written about it. So, and I stop myself. Some people, they'll keep writing their like it's repetition. They'll keep writing songs that are sort of like each other, And it's like, no, you can't do that. They gotta be different. Now, that goes without saying that I do have songs that I've written like part 1 and part 2. I like doing that. Like there's very few of mine are like that because I've trained myself out of that. Like everything's different.
Yeah.
Each song is completely different. A different story, a different subject matter, a different feeling. But I do like if there's a song that's unfinished, but it finished like there, and then it's like, oh, I have an idea for the next part of this song, you know, and make it 2 songs. That's why some of the like Tool, like they have a lot of songs with part 1 and part 2.
Right.
You know, so, like big name artists, and that's because they couldn't fit it all into one. Like their emotion, their story into one song.
Yeah.
Which makes sense in a way.
I love the theatrical acts of that. You know, I'm a music guy first, theater second.
Yep.
And that's part of the reason I love these musicals too.
Right.
It's so, you know, the music moves the story. And I just, there's something about that I love, you know. But dude, we gotta talk about it. This new Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh no, we're getting there, man.
We're getting there.
We got time.
That's
we got
true.
all the time in the world. But where were? Oh yeah, the Shaggy thing. That was at.
Oh yeah,
361,950. So I hope that happens. I really.
Oh, I wanted to mention like that. Were you disappointed by the Super Bowl thing?
I didn't even watch it.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch anything with the Super Bowl. I'm a Pittsburgh fan, so.
Oh, dude, I'm a Pittsburgh fan. Yeah.
My family lives there, so after they were out, I was just like, I'm over it.
Well, I haven't really been paying attention as much as I used to, but you know, it's coming into the Super Bowl. That Sunday, I made a story on Snapchat. I ended up deleting it, but like. Because it was just me just kind of ranting, and I'm just a little bit. And I was like, you know, I don't care about the celebrity that's going to butcher and bastardize the anthem. And which I guess that wasn't the case. I guess the anthem was really good this year. Oh. And I was like, I don't care about the Patriots. It's like, who cares? They're controversial. They're in a Super Bowl again.
Right.
Who cares about the game, really? And then it's like, I don't really care about Maroon 5 either.
Oh, I don't either.
Or the Adam
memes,
Levine band.
The memes that have come out of that, though.
With Adam Levine with his shirt off.
Well, Bert Kreischer started it very first.
Really?
The first one I saw on the internet was Bert Kreischer saying who did it better, and it's him on stage in the direct pose. Like it was all coincidence, but he had one because he does his comedy with his shirt off.
Yeah.
It's
He's
him.
the machine.
And there's the picture of Adam Levine with his shirt off, and it's one of the funniest things ever. And then literally like right after I saw that, I just started seeing all these memes of people in North Dakota doing it with written North Dakota on there.
Oh, I saw that one.
And it's all just big burly guy like us. You know? And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? What is going on? I can get Bert Kreischer doing it. Why is the whole world doing it?
Yeah.
Like, Adam Levine must feel like just a douche right now. Like, and
For
not
real.
because he is. It's because like the world is making him feel like that.
Mm-hmm. Or he's just like, wow, I'm getting a lot of attention because I'm a meme.
That
you
too,
know?
yeah.
The best thing that could happen to anyone in today's age is becoming a meme.
You want to know what it used to be that I just like thought of? It used to be Eminem. If you could get on, like, if you could get Eminem to diss you on one of your tracks, you were huge. Like I remember watching an interview with like Kim Kardashian going, "Oh my God, he trashed me on this song. I'm officially a celebrity." And this is back before any of the Kardashians and shit like that.
Yeah,
this is right after she started doing her own thing and stuff.
I thought you were gonna say to become a celebrity, you had to like release a sex tape.
That too. Well, I mean, you have to be halfway through the door for anybody to care.
Right.
Then you're just a porn star.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Which is fine. You can do whatever you want, I think. But
it's America, right?
Yeah, you know, like, you do you, you know, like I'm not gonna lie, I watch porn. I mean, I'm a man. I can't hate and be a hypocrite, but
right. Well, I think especially everyone in today's technology, it's so accessible. You know, I think everyone's a little guilty.
Well,
of
and the
that.
other big thing with the Super Bowl was they were like, so everybody's okay with him taking his shirt off, but Janet Jackson's nipple comes out.
Oh, the nipple slip.
And everybody loses their fucking mind.
It's a different time.
It is. That's what I was just about to say. Like, you guys don't understand. But if it would have happened at that Super Bowl this year, people still would have lost their minds. I can guarantee
It would have
you
became a meme.
Not even a meme. No, people would have lost their minds because a nipple was on national television.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, people would have acted the same way they did back then.
That's a really good point.
And that's kind of messed up because it's the human body and it's biology, and that was a mistake. Adam took his shirt off willingly.
Right.
You know, like
that was a wardrobe malfunction.
yeah, exactly. And y'all just hated, and you still would have. If it would have happened at this Super Bowl this year, it would have been the same reaction, I think. And I think that's just like society.
Yeah.
It's just where we are, still stuck in just bullshit, you know, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the right answer is, to be honest. You know, like, I don't know.
I think
We're all so ingrained with, like, girls at the beach having to wear, you know, like, basically, you know, bra and panty or swimwear, and us guys just, you know, gym shorts. And we're so ingrained with that, you know, that would it be okay for a woman to do that at the Super Bowl? I don't know. That's not my place to say.
Right.
You know, it's a very weird time, I think, where we're actually starting to ask these questions even.
Yeah.
We're just asking them now, like, okay, so it's okay for him to do it, but not for a girl. But at the same time, can a girl walk down the street without a shirt on? And would that be, you know, nudity outside?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's just
that's the legal law. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Right.
So it's weird.
Well, it's male and female bodies are different. Mm-hmm. You know, serve different functions.
Yep, exactly.
And I don't know. It is kind of a weird place.
It's a weird question that, like, at least we're asking. This is what I look at it as. At least we're asking the questions now. At least we're looking at it going, okay, yes, we are equals. I in my belief, I think we're all, but we're different biology, you know, like stuff like that. Whether you're gay or transgender and all that, that's your business, not mine. You know, I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to walk this line right now without pissing somebody off, and turning into an asshole, because it can happen really fast.
Oh,
with me at least.
With me too.
Right, but you know, it's so weird to see people freaking out about it, and
I think
mostly women going, you know, why can't we just let the titties hang out? And one part of me is just like, I don't have a problem with it, but one, I don't have kids. Two, I don't have a girlfriend. Three, I'm just a normal dude who does podcasts and music. I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I don't know about a mother, you know, watching the Super Bowl with her little kids. Does she want to see that?
Right.
But did those kids want to see Adam Levine without his shirt on?
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand it.
I didn't realize that was as big of a controversy.
It is now. It is. A lot of people are mad about it.
Really?
And I think it's just maybe liberal people, you know, women that are, you know, like,
kind of the activist type people.
Not even that, just like, why can't we have our tits hang out? And I'm trying to look at it from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
And man, if I couldn't take my shirt off all the time, and, you know, like at the beach and shit, I'd be and have to wear a bra, I'd be kind of pissed off too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, there are nudie beaches out there.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
usually in
but
Europe.
not here.
Yeah, in Europe.
not everywhere, man. Not in the United States.
Dude, it's just kind of crazy. I think right now, though, we live in, like, and I think Joe Rogan's talked about this, like, call-out culture. Mm-hmm. That's bigger than it ever has been. And I just think
trolls.
I just think call-out culture does more damage than good. And even if you're whatever stance you're taking on whatever issue, calling people out and not being gracious and forgiving is, like, not the way to go, because it's only going to stir more shit up, and it's only going to piss people off more, and it's like causing more harm than peace at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, man, I was affected by that recently. I had a person making fake profiles of me every single day for a month.
What the hell?
And I would
really
delete and report each single one daily. It got to the point, it got really, like,
whoa.
Whoever was doing it evidently knew me.
Were they just trying to be malicious, or
maybe they're trying to fuck with me. Maybe it was out of fandom. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was really weird, and it was to a point where like I was telling my friends like I'm really sorry, and at the same time thinking I shouldn't have to apologize for someone else being such a super troll right now.
Right.
And
right.
the worst fact is they were messaging people too as me. Yeah, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
do I have to deal with this shit?
Well, I've seen
You know,
so many of those
but
too.
this is every day for a month,
Oh my
man.
gosh.
And I'm sorry, everyone, for that. If you know who it is, punch him in the face. That's all I gotta say. I can't do it because I'll get in trouble, but you can. I
And you
won't
can
tell
get
him.
in trouble.
No, you won't get in trouble. I'll tell him. I'll tell him I hypnotized you. We'll be all right. But the sound of my voice makes you want to punch people. But you know, it sucks. It sucks being the brunt end of shit like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that person realized what they were doing, how they were fucking with me. Because I do have social anxiety, so like that
I
was
do
really
too.
fucking with me again. I was like, I'm over this. I'm so over this. And I even put it out there. I'm like, whoever you are, if I do find out who you are, you don't want to know what's going to happen next. Like, I have really, really dangerous friends in different places. I will fuck with your life really bad. I'm not going to hurt you, but
Right.
I'm going to fuck with your life. I'm going to
Yeah.
make you lose your job. I'm going to bang your girlfriend. Or your wife. I'm gonna slash your tires. I'm gonna just make your life. I'm gonna pour salt down your gas tank.
Oh
Put
no.
a banana in your pipe of your car.
Oh.
I'll just fuck with your life. I'm not even joking. The amount of shit I had to go through the last month was just annoying to the point where it drove me insane. But I don't know, man. Where's it gonna go in the next 10 years? You know, with trolling and shit like that. I don't know.
Well, from the way things are looking now, it just looks like it's just getting crazier and crazier.
And I'm in the
and crazier.
entertainment or in the business of this kind of shit anyway. You know,
Right.
Like I'm gonna probably have trolls. You know,
Like I follow a bunch of pages on Instagram that just have like the craziest fucking memes I've ever seen in my life, and they're like dark and they're
those are funny.
They're
I think
hilarious.
memes are amazing.
Memes are amazing, but it's just I can just see the progression. It's just
Right.
progressively getting darker and crazier, and the editing's getting more insane and.
It's like the Shaggy thing, you know,
Yeah.
how insane is all that, you know.
But it's hilarious
It
at
is
the
hilarious.
same time. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do it with some class. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, be a comedian with the memes. Like, do it with class. You know. Like, and even if it is super dark, you can still make it work if you do it the right way. That's the thing with comics. Comics have been doing it for years.
Right.
Making super dark stuff but likable. Like kind of putting it in a little bit of a light twist into it.
Like Louis C.K. I don't know why I thought of him, but like him of people, his comedic style.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine what it's like to be a stand-up comedian in today's age.
Well, you know, I've listened to a lot of them now, and they just say it's actually the best it's ever been.
No kidding.
Just because there's more people. Netflix helped a lot. I mean, have you noticed how many comedy specials are on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
That's helped a lot. Also, the fact that like the big hot spots like in LA, that the Comedy Store, like those places are like the hotbed of the best, and it's a community now. It never used to be a community. It used to be like everybody for themselves because the networks were trying to pick up different comedians for different shows, like Tim Allen's show. Carlos Mencia, or not Carlos Mencia,
George Lopez.
Yep, George Lopez, like Adam Sandler, like they were trying to pick up comedians for this, so it was like all out war. See, it was
So it was one for all for one kind of thing.
Yeah, like
or it wasn't that.
Yeah, and now with the internet and podcasting and YouTube and the access to everything like Netflix. Nobody wants to be on television anymore.
No,
they're
television's
just like,
a dying
breed. Like CBS. Who wants a show on CBS? And say like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You
Or
know,
who
like-
wants an HBO special?
Who wants to have somebody telling you what to do?
Yeah.
And that's why Netflix, they said, is awesome, because Netflix gives them a lot of freedom. They just say do whatever. Like Joe's special, he's talked about. He's like, dude, I just told them I'm going to do this. Well, actually, they didn't even ask me what to do. They just record it, give it to us, and have it done. And
There's a lot of great specials on Netflix too. Like the Dave Chappelle ones are great.
Oh my god, his newest ones are the double one.
Yep,
that's amazing.
That one's great.
That is one of the best stand-ups I've seen in a long time.
Oh, everyone's saying it's one of the best
Yep.
of the time.
Yep.
You know, I really enjoy Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
I just love his theatrical jokes.
Is that the guy like the white dude who's really skinny, walks with a suit? I think I saw him on a commercial for Netflix. Is it recent?
Well, he doesn't necessarily walk with a suit, but he's like a musician,
Mm.
and he has like on his last special he had like coordinated lights, or he had a sort of a light show with his comedic act,
Weird.
and he did a thing inspired by Kanye West. It was really cool. Yeah, of all people, he had that song that got really big. It was like talking shit on modern country about like certain words they use and like.
Have you ever listened to Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Say that again.
Wow, I slurred my words. Have you ever listened to Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Yeah.
Dude, his music's dirty. Like,
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
I've heard of him.
It's awesome. Well, he's friends with Joe. He's been on that podcast.
That's where I've heard it, but I've heard his songs
but
too.
man, his songs are good. They're good.
Yeah.
They're good arrangements. Like I listen for that kind of stuff. Like all those things when you put them together, like even if the lyrics are like kind of dirty and stuff like that, man, you can make a great song if you just have the right people on it. Like doing the right guitar licks, the right drumming, the right everything.
It's all
like a
decision-making.
symphony, but it's a song and it's coerce. It's not coerce. It's cohesive. It works together. And that's why I like his new album. It's so good. I'll jam that all the time, man. I love it. It's a funny, but it's kind of honest.
Yeah.
A lot of this country music now, it's like, oh my god. I love old country now because of how much I hate.
That's exactly
how weird is that? I never liked country ever until I started listening to new country. And I'm like, I kind of like, I kind of like the old, outlaw country. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of the guy's name. My grandma, like Conway Twitty.
Oh yeah, Conway Twitty.
Yeah, that's someone my grandma always made me listen to, and I hated it.
See, we were really into Garth Brooks at a really young age.
Yeah.
My dad always loved Johnny Cash, so listened to a lot of Johnny Cash.
Oh
and,
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I don't
classic.
think if you don't like Johnny Cash, you're not human.
Oh man, for the longest time.
You know what I mean? He wasn't country. That's the thing that I tell people. I'm like, I don't consider him country. I consider him a man just like trying to write music.
He was a storyteller, man.
Yeah, exactly. A storyteller. And he did it his own way.
Oh, yeah.
I like that movie they made with him with Joaquin Phoenix, who's I think one of the best actors ever.
Yeah.
And that really showed him, when he's trying to learn and sing with his lips. He had a lisp, didn't he? A lisp.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he was trying to figure out, the chords out in the bathroom and the air bass and stuff like that. Man, he's just one of, all these guys started out just like one of us. And, and he took a weird direction. He just taught himself how to play, how do I put this? Play like him. Not like anybody else.
Right.
Like him. That's
he really
him. That's
found
the
his
Johnny
own.
Cash sound. That's him. That's nobody else.
Right.
And that's amazing.
It is.
And I've been chasing that. I think every musician chases that. I think that's the goal. The goal is to write like that, to sing like that, to be like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's really hard to find that. I have certain songs where I know I hit that mark, but then a lot of other songs where I'm close.
Right.
But I'm not there yet, and I play them because that's all I got, for a set. And they're good, but they're just not who I am.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to write a record with just the perfect songs that I enjoy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That'd be awesome, but what can you do? You're always writing, and one day I'll write the perfect album, hopefully. You know what I mean?
You'll write the next Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, good God. Without a band, just myself.
No, my dad, he always told me, when I was playing guitar, I was the anti-party guitarist.
Yeah.
I intentionally didn't learn things people liked, or I would learn something and then fuck with it.
See, I would show, like I said earlier, I would show up to a party, and if somebody did that, I'd be like, go fuck yourself.
Right?
I'm playing this song. And people like that. I started getting, and I had never come out of my shell. Like, I was really quiet. I was always high, you know, like super stoned. But man, when you got onto whatever you were playing on, like a stage to just a box to just there, just to like say everybody's like around a campfire and you're on the you know, like not the swing set, the fucking a bench, you know, like just to get yourself a little bit above everybody else so they can hear you. Like wherever you're at or at a party and you're playing, like, and if somebody would do that to me, I literally would just like instantly snap, and I'd like be playing a song and like, play Johnny Cash. I'd be like, I don't fucking know any. And he came down today, or not. In the lips of an angel, I would do that during a song, and everybody would be like, yeah, like, and I learned show presence, you know,
right?
I learned how to be a showman that way, you know, just hecklers, you know, like dealing with that and trying to get the crowd pumped up. That's where you learn, you know, or at least for me, that's where I learned.
I did know like a couple Johnny Cash songs. And
I do too.
Yeah, well, I think every guitarist does. And my dad always said, like, when the crowd's dying, give them Johnny.
Yeah.
No, man, it's cool. I mean, I feel like I'm more of an entertainer now.
Yeah.
But you know, back in the day, I was just stubborn musician. And, you know, when I was snob, I was like, this genre sucks, and this one's clearly better, and that kind of guy.
I was kind of like that too.
But I think everyone goes through that.
Yeah, it's a phase.
It's a phase. And I still battle with the snobbery, but I try to be as open-minded as possible to everything I hear. You know?
I try to be too. I like my excuse now, and it's not really an excuse, it's the truth. Whenever I play a gig, say if I'm opening, I do dip out really early, because it's not because I don't want to see the other bands, it's because, man, I put it all out there when I get on that stage. Like no matter if it's 6, 5, 100 people, whatever it is, like whenever I do get a gig, I'll go 110%, and then I want to get home. Or wherever I'm staying, I just want to leave.
Yeah.
Like and people will be like, stay for the next act, and I'll just be like, nah, I'm good. Like I've seen them play, or I know they'll do good. Enjoy them. I'm heading out. It's because I'm beat, tired. You know, I was up there for an hour by myself, which sucks. But I hate being by yourself. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
But you just, you know, that, and I think that's the way every young musician should try and do it. It's just like, even if you're not that great, you know, like, just try your best.
Yeah.
And you'll feel like that after your set. You'll be exhausted, and in a good way. You have this high when you're on there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's such an intense high. That's what I was trying to go with earlier. Like, no matter where you're at, like that park bench at the lake, like, it's such a high to play for people, and to see their reactions and feel that.
Yeah.
And once you get that, that's like a drug you want.
Yeah.
Daily
to get people sucked into what you're doing.
Yeah, and everything gets quiet, or it gets loud and they love it. That's the really good fuck in a bar when everybody starts dancing shit like that. I'll start dancing on stage. You know, like, but by the end of it, I don't want to stay there. Like, I've done my thing and I got paid, and
then you want to get out.
I want to get out, and a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people get like, oh, why don't you stay for mine? And I'm just like, dude, you'll do great. I know you will. I just need to go. Like, I can't explain this to you in this bar right now. Like, I could over a podcast sometime. I could explain my feelings right now.
Yeah.
But I need to just decompress.
And it's also at gigs, especially at bars, dealing with drunk people.
I love it. I love dealing with
it. It can be fun, but it also can be a little...
Because I'm one of those people sometimes. I've been that person. I've wrestled the mic away from somebody at a shop party. Oh, you probably know. Did you ever play with those guys like Huber? And I forgot what their band's name was. It was really big in Bismarck back in the day when I was like 18.
I doubt it. I probably wasn't in Bismarck at that point.
Anyway, it was like a shop gig, and we partied there 2 different nights. And this is the last. We'll we got to get into video games soon. And we were partying there, me and my friends, and they didn't have their singer there that night, and I didn't know who the guy was, so I was like, well, I sing, and I was lying, like I was, it was right after high school. I did know how to sing a little bit, but I had never played with a band. I had never just went off the cuff, but I was really teaching myself how to freestyle sing. And so they gave me a beat, they gave me everything, and then I just lost it. I was just like, in every sense of the word, I was just throwing jabs and kicks and, fucking jujitsu on that stage singing. Like, that's what it felt like. Like I was playing a battle with everyone, and I was just singing insanely good for me. Like I was like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
And everybody
You're feeling
drunk,
it.
Everybody there, all my friends were like, what the fuck is Scott doing? Why is he on stage? Why is he singing good? Like everybody's so confused. And I was killing it. And then the next night, it was a great night. The next night we come back, the singer's there. I get fucking blacked out drunk and try to take the mic again from the singer.
Oh no.
Became friends after that, but like I apologize. I was like, dude, you gotta understand, I killed it the night before with your band. I wanted to play again so bad with them. It was just a good high. I'd never had that, and I explained that all to him, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you're a musician. Like, I can tell. Like I get it. But you were an ass. Like you were like, I can play. Like trying to grab the mic and people pulling up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
My young self being a jackass.
Oh, we've all been there, right?
Yeah, lots of good memories of that shit.
I guess when I say the irritating drunk people, it's the people that won't let you go. They won't just like, I love what you're doing, and
they keep talking to you.
They just keep talking.
Yeah.
And they keep
if it's
going,
a cute chick, I'll keep talking.
Oh yeah. Well,
but if it's a dude, I'll just be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, thank you. This is what I do. This is my move. I put my hand on their shoulder. I'll be like, thank you very much. I appreciate it a ton. But I see a cute girl over there. I'll point at nothing, and I'll be like, I'm gonna go and talk to her, man. I love you later. And I walk away. And like the hand on the shoulder, the gesture is just like, hey man, it's done. Thank you for your compliment. I appreciate it a ton. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I do that a lot with everybody. Especially, because I don't want to talk to anybody after a show.
No, I hear you.
I just want to leave.
I've done that too after shows.
If I see a cute girl, man, I'm going to try it. I'm going to stay for a little bit. You know what I mean?
Is it bad at this point? Every time I talk to like a girl that I'm like attracted to or whatever, and I just like talk to her, I've just come to the point, and this has happened so much to me, that she's in a relationship.
Oh, it happens all the time. It's North Dakota.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I know you keep going, but it's like every damn time.
I know. It's rough, but most of the time, most of the time those girls are lying. Just because to keep creepers away. But that's why you gotta just keep talking to them, be friends with them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You never know.
I mean, it's
girls nowadays are young, independent women. They can do what they want.
Right. It's always conversational, but you know how it goes in the back of your mind.
Right.
Like, I want to get with
Fuck.
this. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
and then you hear, well, my boyfriend loves this. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You can't let that, because you know what, that girl might have cute friends too.
Exactly.
There's always loopholes, man.
Man, that shit used to bother me too, but not so much anymore. But it happens so much.
The older you get, man, when you get to be my age, you're just like, life is what it is.
I feel like I'm already sort of there.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Well, this is why I felt old when I was 21. I remember it.
Yeah.
Just of life events.
Right.
But man, now that I'm 28, I'm just like, oh man, like I am old. Like I still feel like that, and I thought I would have my shit together by now, but I don't. But
a lot of people don't. No. Even through their 30s.
Well,
necessarily.
Trying to do this kind of shit is kind of hard.
Yeah, no.
But eventually it'll turn out. Dude, let's fucking talk about some cool shit finally.
Okay.
Even though we have been talking about music and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
What's your impression now of King? We're anybody who's in it for the music. We're about to dive out of that and go into some games.
We're going in the games,
dude. Because I really wanted to talk to somebody about one of the greatest franchises, in my opinion, that's come out of our generation.
One of the best crossover games to ever
Not
be.
even crossover, it's just its own thing, man.
It is.
It is, and it's when I was 15 and I finished Kingdom Hearts 1, I cried when I saw, like, you're at the crossroads, which I didn't know what that meant yet.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing, too. And then you see, you know, like, the
Riku,
the dog runs up with
Pluto.
the letter, and it's got the king symbol, and then
Yeah.
I thought that was the end of the game. To know that there was going to be a second one made me start tearing up as, like, a 14-year-old. I was just like... Yes, there's gonna be another one. There's gonna be another one because it was so amazing.
Yeah.
After beating and that's a Final Fantasy game. Like
That's a Final Fantasy ending too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, no, it isn't. And Final Fantasy endings don't. They don't. It's done. You know, like they don't have. There's the only one that's ever done it is 13. That's got 3 different games.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is to have like
a good ending,
a good dramatic ending is a
like
typical
all
thing.
the boss battles leading up to that,
like all
last one.
It feels like hundreds of them.
Yeah,
you
and there's
know?
so many save points because it's just so intense.
Like in the first game at End of the World.
Yep.
Every time I got to because you had to go through rooms. You had to go through rooms where you're beating like a bunch of enemies and bosses. And the save point is out where you first where you first go, where you first land the ship. So I would go and be like one of this like things of enemies, like a horde of enemies, and then I would go back and save, and then I would go to the next one, and then go back and save, and just get in this process. Because if you didn't save, you're starting from the last time you saved, which could have been the beginning.
Yep.
And but man,
they really screwed it up though. They should have just put all those games into like the PlayStation franchise instead of like Chain of Memories being on the Game Boy Advance. Yet it having one of the biggest plots that would affect the entire franchise. If you think about it,
I never understood that. I never understood.
But you know what happened during it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the story behind it. But why they did that, I have no idea. Even though they did remake it for the PS2.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and that's why there's a remastered on the PS4. It's all of them are on there except for like the 2 3DS games or some shit like that. Those are just like videos. So they fill you in. But man, like 10 games later, you know, like how crazy is that? But dude, I remember when 2 came out and you got to that point in, you know, that big battle at Hollow Bastion, and all those Heartless come up.
Oh, the hundreds.
The hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of Heartless.
Oh my gosh.
And you literally fought all of them.
Yeah.
That was the crazy part. And it was so dramatic, and it was like, oh my. Like, I remember playing it shaking, going, this is, like, emotional. This is insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's Sora, Donald, and Goofy against a fuckload of fucking enemies. They might, you know,
hundreds of nobodies.
Yeah.
Wasn't it nobodies?
Nobodies and Heartless.
Oh, it was a combination.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was insane. And dude, it was awesome to beat all. Like, it was just a great feeling in that game. And then especially the end of 2 was to finally get Riku back as your friend was like so emotional in the game. And everybody listening now, spoiler alert, like it's a little late. We're just gonna nerd out for a little. We'll go back into the franchise, but we're gonna relive some moments. In this game.
Yeah.
But
totally.
man, that one is probably one of the best moments I think in my video game. I'm trying to think of like top moments in video games. Gears 3 was amazing.
Yeah.
Halo 3.
Halo 3.
The ending was amazing.
Yeah.
Like I think of these top moments in video games for me, and man, dude, Kingdom Hearts 2, like that end insanity battle with you and Riku going to town.
Yeah.
Is one of the fucking most epic things.
And the environment is beautiful. It's that white
for
and
a PS2
black.
game.
Yeah.
For a PS2 game.
And like a lot of those graphics still like live up really
well. Yeah, the remastered version's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, all of them are now, you know. They did a great service to get all that to you before 3 came out, I think.
Yeah.
Like for the customer, like to to be able to put those all, and dude, I loved Birth by Sleep.
I loved Birth by Sleep too.
Yeah, where you finally get to play as Riku.
Yeah,
That was the greatest part. You're like, yes, Riku.
Yeah.
Finally.
The thing I
And the
love,
story was nuts when you finally figure out how everything happened, like the time travel and all that shit, and you're like, wait, what? Like I had to go into YouTube and type in like, please explain to me like, what is going on in Kingdom Hearts now.
Right.
And it did, and I was just like, time travel and all the
with the Xehanort,
and it's like, oofta, man, that's heavy.
Birth by Sleep is a really good game.
Oh, it's a great game.
Man, I love it because you get 3 different perspectives on the same story.
Yep.
And I think of
you're no, I'm thinking of Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah, where you go between the dream world and the
Dream Drop Distance was Riku and Sora. Yeah,
you're
thinking of
that's why when you said I
said the wrong game. Sorry guys, I was
but
talking.
I know
about
what you were
Dream Drop.
talking
DDD.
about.
Yeah,
I played that one on the 3DS.
I love that one.
That one was a good
and I did really like Birth by Sleep also.
And it also brought in the world is not enough, or no. The world ends with you characters. Like that guy with the scar.
Yep, that was Dream Drop Distance.
Yep, that was Dream Drop Distance.
Yep, that was cool. Yeah, I remember
really
that.
cool.
Yeah, that was super cool.
But Birth by Sleep was cool too. They get play 3 different storylines, and then have like a bonus ending if you play it on the harder difficulty as Aqua in the Dark Realm. And it's really, I really enjoyed that one. I agree. Like 1 and 2 at the end. You gotta realize, I picked up Kingdom Hearts like 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
So
you haven't been waiting for this like I have for 13 years.
Granted, I have been waiting, but not as long as you.
Oh.
But I also got emotional, you know, like at the end as like an 18, 19-year-old guy, and even at the end of Final Fantasy 15, man,
everybody's been asking me like, why does this game matter so much to you? I'm like, I could never really describe that to you because this game was my favorite PS2 game when I was 14 years old. Like people have their favorite games, you know. Like I have a buddy who loves the Gears series. That's all he'll play if he does play anymore. You know, and the Halo series is big with everyone, you know. Yeah. But for me, man, the Kingdom Hearts series, it just blew me away as a kid. Yeah. And a lot of people have Final Fantasy too. Like a lot of people are big Final Fantasy fans. Yeah. If you think about it. Anybody who likes RPG likes Final Fantasy.
Yeah, more than likely.
So, and why, not a lot of, when I would tell my friends who are Final Fantasy, actually, you know what? I take that back. The guy who got me into Final Fantasy got me into Kingdom Hearts because he was like, dude, I don't understand what's going on. He's older than me. He's like, but apparently there's Disney now hanging out with Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. And I don't think I'm going to play this game, but you might like it because you're younger. And I played it and I told him, dude, you got to play this game. I was like, it's fucking phenomenal.
Action RPG.
It's awesome.
And you can play in these Disney worlds that you saw in the movies, and you're just like, I get to explore. This is sweet.
And then also other worlds that aren't a part of the Final Fantasy or it's part of the Kingdom Hearts lore basically. It's their own worlds basically.
I love
Disney Islands isn't a part of any other world.
No, that's a Kingdom Hearts thing, or the end of the world.
Yep.
Or
Hollow Bastion.
Yeah. What was the other one? What was the end one from Kingdom Hearts? The World That Never Was? Is that what it was called?
Yep, that was the nobody one. Yeah.
Dude, I always wanted the name.
That level, that's what I'm talking about. That end battle where they're jumping through the fucking buildings.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Intense, man. It was intense. But,
yeah, but that final battle where Xemnas has Riku and Sora boxed in with all the lasers, and then you have to just button mash the shit out of that to dodge with both characters and fight back. That was such a cool moment because Sora and Riku hadn't been together that long.
No.
They were together Destiny Islands before the events of Kingdom Hearts 1, and then Riku looked after him as he was in his dream state, regaining his memories, which, Sora I don't even knows about because he's a dipshit. He's dumb as fuck. Let's just put that out there. Sora's not very smart. Yeah, he's so ignorant. He just is whatever. I got 3 hearts inside me. Whatever. You're like, what? You don't get it. But now, well, here we'll get to this. But like that battle was so sick because like that's why Sora. When you get into that scene in Kingdom Hearts 2, when they're back to back, they're fighting off this one dude who's insane strong, and they're both exhausted. That's when you know they're brothers because they grew up together. They know each other. That's why Sora fought to get his friends back so hard. Through all those games, he fought, and that's you because you're controlling him. You're with him on this journey, and that's why it was so emotional. Is you finally get your friend back, and yet you know each other so well. You know how to work in sync in a battle,
You
those
just
epic
picked up.
proportions.
You picked up where you left
and
off,
it was so sick to see that. And then the end of that game too, where they're all finally reunited with Kyrie and everything, was like super great. You know? But it set up then what was to happen next, which is all hell breaks loose. You're like, oh man, they're in for a fucking treat. But
you're in for a lot of spin-offs.
but it's none of it was a spin-off. It was all part of the story. You know, it was all.
No, I'm saying spin-off games that aren't like technically mainstream because it's 382 over 2.
Yep, and that was just Roxas's, and then that third heart that's hiding inside Sora. What was her name again? It was a girl, and it was a clone of Roxas and Sora. And that's the third heart that's waiting in Sora's heart.
That's the one that's in that game. Or is that encoded?
Nope. That's it. You're thinking, the 300 and whatever.
And that's the one Roxas ends up killing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because she's made from Sora's memories too. That was a big pivot, and that's what they're talking about now in Kingdom Hearts 3 so far that I've played. So spoiler alert, guys! I'm just warning you.
How far are you in?
Like I said, just
like how many hours?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, okay.
I don't check the hours. See, I've been doing all the lucky emblems. After I complete a world, I go back and I get all the lucky emblems because if you get all of them, you get the secret movie at the end of the game.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, there's a secret movie.
I'm debating if I want to do that.
Do it.
Should I?
It's easy. It's really easy. It takes you, if you look up the guide for each one, like finish a world, so go back to the first world, Olympus, there's like only like 7 lucky emblems you gotta take photographs of.
Yeah.
And the guide will tell you where you're at, and it takes like fucking 10 minutes for each single world.
Right.
It's really easy. Yeah. I would do it. Do it just because you want to see that secret ending, man. And also look up how to build the ultimate blade when you're really far into it.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest challenge.
I haven't been looking up a whole lot of like Kingdom Hearts stuff.
I haven't either
because I want to be as surprised as possible.
Yeah, just the lucky emblem is what I'm going to look up.
See, I've heard from a few people that it's kind of disappointing, but I've also heard from other people that it's really good.
Well, I haven't heard from everybody because nobody I know other than you is playing it because I'm 28 now.
I guess the few like comments and forums I've seen, I've
seen is articles saying that Kingdom Hearts 3 is everything we've been waiting 13 years for.
It lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, like that's all it needed to do, I think.
And I've never think of it this way: most games, when there's so much hype around it, fail. Mm-hmm. The hype for this has been for like 13 plus years, like you were saying. How? They've so far from what I've played, they've knocked it out of the park.
Well, this is how I knew it was going to be great because I played 2.8 and there's a Birth by Sleep 0.2.
Yeah, with Aqua in the Dark Realm,
and that was made using the very very early engine. It was said. And it was awesome.
And supposedly Final Fantasy 15, like the development of that. Well, no, the development of that influenced a lot of.
Well, yeah, the same guy, like I was telling you earlier, the same guy who developed 15 developed this game too.
Right, the director or whatever.
Well, the guy who runs everything basically. I don't know his name, but some Japanese director.
Yeah, he did all the Kingdom Hearts, and then he came to Final Fantasy, and he got Cloud's character wrong, and everyone blames him for it. In Kingdom Hearts, they call him Emo Cloud in the first one.
I love Cloud in Kingdom Hearts.
I do too.
I don't know why they're hating. Well, here's the thing: you got to switch it up a little bit. I mean, they did leave Squall about the same.
Yeah.
And Tifa and and all those characters. But Cloud looks cool as fuck.
Oh yeah,
That's why. I love his design. Like the design is sick for him.
They did awesome on it.
Especially Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a little different. The design was like more toned back to original Cloud, but he still looks baller. But Kingdom Hearts 1 Cloud, baller.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But what I was going to say is I love what they did, how they mixed in all the like the lock, what's it called? Where you do the targeting system in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah.
And you do the jumping around like they did in Dream Drop. So
yeah.
They mixed in the special ability you had in Birth by Sleep, and then they mixed in like a half version of the sliding and shit like that from Dream Drop.
The floaty.
The flowmation. They call it that in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's called flowmation.
Yeah, flowmation.
But it's like a very toned down version. It's like you can do it to a certain degree, but just not everywhere.
Right.
So that's really cool how they took all those elements and put them together. Next big thing, you can use 3 different keyblades at once. Holy fuck.
I didn't quite understand that right away.
Oh, and you just switch them, dude. It's so dope.
I know. Now I do, but at the time I was like,
have you figured out how to switch through, like, say if you have, like, 3 different special things, you hit L2. That switches through, like, say if you have, like, Donald's Rockets and then, like, the Teacup Massacre. I call it the Teacup Massacre. Instead of
that's what it is.
Yeah,
because you're spinning around.
And then, like, whatever, another special ability, you hit L2. You can switch through them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I'm on Xbox, but I know what button you're talking about.
Yep, L2 is
the left bumper.
Bottom, Or you can just Google it and see what it says for Xbox too. But you can switch through those. I didn't know that right away. I was getting annoyed, and then I looked on something and it said that you could do it this way. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I love the series, man. I'm really happy with. I'm happy so far. I'm very happy with how the worlds are built. You know, with the game and stuff like that.
I'm just glad they used the Unreal Engine. That was a really good choice. Yeah. They advertise it at the. Yeah. It says Unreal Engine, and it's like Rocket League runs on Unreal Engine, and that game runs incredibly. Yeah. So I like the look of it.
I get worked in Rocket League.
Yeah.
Super worked. I can't play it. I try to.
I have a friend who's just kick-ass. Actually, a bandmate.
I don't understand. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
This is kind of a different, straying away from Kingdom Hearts, but we can get back to it. But, like, did you ever play Undertale?
Undertale?
Yeah.
No.
Undertale. It's an RPG that kind of changed up some stuff when it came up.
Really?
Or came out.
When did it come out?
Like 2015 or something. Yeah, it's recent. It's like a 2D like RPG, except for it switches the RPG formula a little bit.
Undertale?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. Wow, this is.
It has a huge following.
Really?
Yeah. I played it this last year, and that game is incredible.
So you like games like the 2D format, huh?
I'm open to it. I mean, it worked out because like. I liked it.
Oh, it says it's on the Switch.
Yep, it's on the Switch. That's where I played it.
Nice.
It's on the PlayStation too.
Yeah, I probably won't play it. See, I played all this kind of shit when I was younger, and I don't want to go back to it. That's why. Like, I see even like somebody says, this game's awesome, Bo. It's 2D. I'm like, I probably won't play it, man. Like, I'm so... I played 2D games like Castlevania, all the Castlevanias.
Yeah.
You know, like Mario, all that stuff. Like, I was ingrained with it. So now I'm just like, I love 3D. I love the Unreal Engine. You know what I mean? Like, I love these things that are new.
Yeah, you're kind of over the 2D hype.
Not. I don't miss it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, I would never say that it's bad. You know, because some people do like it as gaming, so it's like, well, you know, keep it. Some people like it.
Right.
It's just not for me anymore. Because I went through Castlevania sometimes too.
You went through the ringer with it.
That's all we had.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
That's all we had growing up. It was the Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, and then, Zelda, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, and then, man, when the 64 hit, good days. And then the PS2 came out, and then it was like, well, game over.
Yeah.
GameCube sucks.
I had a PS2 too.
Yeah, I had a GameCube and a PS2. I didn't touch that GameCube.
Really?
Nah, fuck that shit.
I'm at the point now, and this might change in the future, that the Nintendo, I'm either going to grab like a PlayStation or an Xbox, but I'm always going to have like a Nintendo console.
Nice.
Well, it's just, Nintendo's its own thing, and you don't buy it for graphics. Especially the Switch with the portability.
Yeah.
You buy it because it plays Zelda. You buy it because it plays Mario. And
it's the games that make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like Nintendo's just been killing it with the games.
Yeah.
Dude, I think Sora's in Smash.
Is he?
I think they're going to announce him. I think I'm predicting that.
And it wouldn't be, I mean, some of the games have been on Nintendo consoles.
Exactly.
Chain of Memories, that 356/2, whatever. Recoded. Dream Drop Distance was on.
That was a 3DS game. Yeah.
Is Sora gonna be in Smash?
They haven't announced anything yet, but I really think he is.
Let's see here. Beyond pure fan speculation, the possibility of Sora in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate stems from the all but confirmed rumor the Square Enix character will appear in the new game. That follows the addition of Cloud from Final Fantasy VII and Smash 4, which was well received by fans. Yeah, I mean, they could do it.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, man.
Let's put Shaggy in there too.
Hell yeah.
So you can just like use 0.0001% of his power. Can annihilate everybody right off the stage. Yeah. Dude, so do you like comics too at all?
I never really got in. I tried to get into comics.
Dude,
but
I'm starting to get into like the DC stuff. Because Marvel's stuff is kind of lame now.
I was told, as far as comics go, DC's where it's at.
Yeah, they just had this huge arc called Dark Knight's Metal. And it's where there's like this different multiverse called the Dark Multiverse underneath the regular multiverse.
Oh, wow.
And Batman's the key to opening it. And he gets infected with all these different metals through time. And this guy, Barbados is his name, he orchestrated it because a long time ago, and this is a cool arc because it brings it back to a long time period in the comics, like to this event that happened a long time ago apparently, where he got sent through time, and so that's where he got noticed. Anyway, he's been infected him with every single like of these special metals throughout DC, you know, like nth metal, whatever. It's kind of like their answer to Wolverine's, you know, claws, you know, adamantium. It's kind of like nth metal. Anyway, once he's infected with all of them, he opens the doorway to the Dark Multiverse, which is starting to, it constantly collapses because they're not meant to be. They're just negative to our positive. That's the whole point. And so all these dark Batman invade that are recruited, and they're all based off of they're all Bruce Wayne, but he's like, there's one called the Red Death where he, in that world, he stole the Flash's power. He strapped him to his Batmobile and used the Flash to go into the Speed Force, and then they both combine.
Oh my God.
And
wow,
badass.
It's creative.
Badass looking. And then there's one where Superman went crazy, so Bruce infected himself with the Doomsday virus and becomes Doomsday.
Shit.
And then
Undestructible.
and then the best looking, I'll just pull up a picture of full Dark Knight's metal villains. Let's see what comes up here. Alright. But anyway, they're awesome looking. Like, that's what I'm saying. One has like the helmet of Ares because he was in love with Wonder Woman and Ares killed her. And Ares' helmet is the god of war, makes the god of war. But anyway, check this out.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so these are all different versions of Bruce Wayne's nightmares, essentially. That's the Red Death. So that's like
the Flash
and Bruce together. That's the Ares. So that's the Bat who laughs, and he's the orchestrator of a lot of it. And he's infected with the Joker virus, basically, after he accidentally kills him. And then he destroys the entire world. Like Superman, he throws this special kryptonite on him that makes him go crazy and attack people. And he puts him in a room with his son and his wife, Lois Lane, and makes him kill him. And then he kills Superman. It's brutal arc. Anyway, it's pretty crazy.
Robin, too. It's crazy.
Well, he's got several of these Robins that he turned into, like, fucking cannibals. And it's
dude, this sounds like a super dark.
I have them. I have the complete collections of them just because it's like, fuck yeah, you know. Like, they look awesome. I was like, I should start reading this, but huge event in the comics because they fucking almost destroy everything.
Oh, jeez.
Like, it's a really epic fucking arc. But that's why I've been liking comics more and more lately, and especially DC. And now they're going to come up with one where the Watchmen are going to come back.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it looks gnarly.
Yeah.
It looks gnarly, because I don't know if you ever watched that movie.
No.
With the Watchmen. There's going to be a new series on HBO, I guess.
Right. Okay.
Based off the comics, too, so
it's going to be, like, pretty close to one of the comic series.
possibly.
Yeah.
I like how they make that work.
DC just has not, in the movie realm.
No, they can't pull it off, dude.
But that's where Marvel prevails.
Yeah, Marvel's got great movies, but man, DC's, like, comics are really, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They make you think more, I guess. Like, they're almost like mysteries in a way. Like, Marvel, it's like, let's just fight Thanos and all die.
It's like kind of deep and sophisticated in a way.
They're better writers, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, my uncle came into my room one time and he saw one of those Dark Knight Metal and he recognized one of the writers. And he's like, dude, that guy writes some good books, like novels. And I was like, he's like, he wrote this? He's involved in DC? I'm like, I guess. You know, like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So they're getting like the best of the best.
Oh, I'm sure they have for a while, and a lot of these guys probably just went off and started writing books too. You know, probably got their gig in fucking writing comics.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's kind of crazy, man.
It's artsy.
Yeah, it's just like the story with Kingdom Hearts. Whoever thought about that entire everything.
Well, didn't it start with like an elevator ride with the director guy? So Square Enix, Squaresoft at the time.
Yep.
They were sharing like a facility with like a Disney.
Is that how it started?
That's how it started.
I gotta Google this.
Yeah.
How did Kingdom Hearts get made up?
Right, and it's like the director or whatever ran into an executive from Disney and just pitched the idea, and then it turned into Kingdom Hearts. Because he wanted to make a game platform similar to Super Mario 64.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, you're right. Began development in February 2000. It was directed by Tetsuya Nomura. That's the guy.
That's the guy.
And produced by Shinji Hashimoto, who had conceived the idea when he met with a Disney executive in an elevator. Square and Disney had previously worked in the same building in Japan. Wow, you're right. You knew more about it than I did.
Dude, I dug deep when I got
That's crazy. What a great idea, though, man. They were probably just like, but then I can't believe, for the idea, how they put so much work into the first game.
Yeah.
That's just Final Fantasy, I think, like, coming through in that one. Like Disney, they were probably like had a good say in the process and wanted certain things.
Right.
But I guarantee you the guys at Square Enix were just like, we're gonna make this our way, like we're gonna make it an interactive RPG basically. Right. Just like our other games but better. Like in the way you want it, mixed in with the way we want it. And because they make games a certain way.
Yeah, it's a different style than anything else. Have you ever noticed the whole story of the Kingdom Hearts really has nothing to do with the Disney realm? It's all its own characters.
Yep.
Besides like Sora, Donald, and like maybe Mickey.
Well, Mickey's huge in it because he's a Keyblade master.
Right, and they refer to him as the king and stuff.
Yeah, well, he's the king of his own kingdom. I think basically from what I remember from Union X Cross is that the whole reason for all the separate worlds is because they were all together at one time until the Keyblade War. Then the Kingdom Hearts showed up and split apart, yada yada. But a lot of these, like Disney characters are later on. like they weren't there during like or even alive during
Right.
you know, and then they all probably came about with the separate worlds. How that happened, they've never went into it.
No,
You know,
no.
But yeah, it's like they all have their own different worlds, and you know they're kind of oblivious, and that's why they talk about like the order. Like we cannot interfere with their world. We cannot tell them we're from a different world,
Right, or we're meddling in other worlds.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
So-
and not just that. I always thought it was very clever, and this happens in almost every Kingdom Hearts game. And this happened in Tangled, the Tangled world. Mm-hmm. Like in the Kingdom Hearts, in the older games, like the PS2 games, they always found a way to like make you a part of the story, but not like force it. They cleverly had Sora, Donald, and Goofy, always said in that order, to have your character be intertwined with the Disney character's story from the movie.
Yeah.
Tangled, that world, it felt like it was the whole movie that I played out.
Are you talking about 3?
Yeah, I'm talking about 3.
Dude,
Like
every world, like look at Olympus. You never got to do that.
No,
it was
it
always
was
just an
huge.
arena. It was just an arena.
yeah,
And then the underworld. The
Yeah.
underworld,
in
I guess.
Kingdom
yeah.
Hearts 2. Yeah.
Yeah, the underworld. I forgot about the underworld, but that wasn't Olympus, though. That was the underworld.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I think of the Little Mermaid from Kingdom Hearts 1. They had you in the story of the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And you got to play through it.
yeah,
And so other worlds were different and stuff, but like, yeah, man, that Mount Olympus, that was such a perfect first world.
oh my god, oh my god.
And when they were like Kingdom Hearts 2.9, I'm like, oh, why?
yeah, that was the demo. Basically,
yeah.
That's why they kind of did that. I was confused about that really fast. I was like, wait, what?
Because they have like 2.5, 1.5, 2.8.
Yeah.
I just kind of thought that naming convention was funny, you
Oh,
know.
God.
And then they were like Kingdom Hearts 2.9, and then you finally after Mount Olympus, you know.
Yeah.
But dude, that was devastating. Like there's fires going on, and like things are crashing out of buildings.
Yeah,
It's
it was
like-
nuts. And you know, I know what's really funny now is you get burned too. Have you noticed that? Like,
Yeah.
when the fire creatures hits you, you like start dancing around like your ass is on
Yeah.
fire, and you're like, well, that's new. I was like, that's a new feature.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This is pretty intense.
Dude.
It's massive. I can't believe each world. The Caribbean. Wait till you get to the Pirates of the Caribbean level.
I'm looking forward to it.
Sailing
I'm looking
your own
forward
ship
to the
on the sea.
Monsters, Inc.
It's so Monsters Inc. is good. I
Yeah.
like Monsters Inc. It was really compressed though. That one isn't like so like you know how like you run up that mountain. You know, Monsters Inc. is based in Monsters Inc. Like just the building, the corporation. Then outside you run around because there's shit going on. But
Yeah.
it's not like. You feel like when you're running up that mountain toward the Titan and Olympus, like that, it's just so massive at that point. Monsters Inc. kind of tones it down a little bit. Like you don't feel like it's so huge. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I hear you. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Maybe not every level or every
Right.
map is meant to be that way, but
Well, yeah.
They had
wait till you get to Pooh Bears. That's interesting.
oh, they brought it back.
Yep, yeah, and it's short, but
Yeah.
you get a Keyblade out of it.
What?
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Dude, it's also kind of weird to see like all these Disney characters in this story that's kind of depressing. Because it's like Disney is not depressing, you know?
I don't think it's that depressing.
Or just kind of like downer, you know?
Yeah, I think it's part of the story though. It's like you're predicting like something's gonna happen that's bad.
Right.
But I really think that it's gonna come out on top. I hope,
I think so.
or they're gonna set it up for another series.
As what they're saying is this is Sora, the end of Sora's story. So
Right.
I don't know what that means, but I'm predicting he's going
He's gonna
dark.
Get Xehanorted.
Yeah.
He's gonna get Norded.
He's gonna get Norded.
I hope not.
Maybe he'll come back, but I think at some point he's gonna go dark.
Well, the funny thing is, he was never supposed to be a Keyblade wielder.
It just kind of happened by
Well,
accident.
no, Riku was the one who was supposed to be it, but then it chose Sora at that moment when they're trying to touch hands, and Riku accepted the darkness. They said right then is when the Keyblade had to make a choice: either Riku, who's turned the darkness, or Sora, who's a pure heart. And so even though he was never supposed to be one, he got the Keyblade.
Yeah.
So, and they're supposedly going to bring that up later on in the story. They're going to fuck with him, I think, a little bit. You know what, man? I love the story so much because these characters have been through so much.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like they've had their whole lives taken from them.
There's a whole lot there.
Yeah. And Sora's always been that one person as a constant, like, good. You know, like, the good and everything. Like, he's been that constant.
Yeah.
What happens if Sora fucking turns
dark?
Like is he not going to be? And here's the biggest thing: have you ever gotten into rage form on Kingdom Hearts 3?
Where he goes dark? Or
have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
The rage form option when your health gets really low. What's
Yeah.
with that? One, he's got white like the nobodies on his. Do it again and check it out. He's got white like the nobodies look, but then he's covered in darkness, and it's like, wait, what is this?
Right.
Why is he allowed to do this?
And, well, isn't that a part of the story? Part of the reason
They haven't explained anything about it yet.
Really?
Ever. Yeah.
I thought part of the reason he's not a Keyblade master and Riku is because he summoned darkness, or he.
I don't think it's the power awakening they keep saying. He needs to learn the power awakening.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Because with Terra and Aqua in Birth by Sleep, Terra summoned darkness, and that's why he never became a Keyblade master.
Well, no,
I think that's what it was at the beginning.
I'm trying to remember. I think it's because Aqua controlled herself.
That's
And they never mentioned this power awakening at all in Birth by Sleep. So I think it might be one of those plot device things that they just
they're bringing up something new and totally made up in this one.
Yeah. Well, no, it started in Dream Drop Distance. That's when it started.
Yeah.
The first time they muttered power awakening had to have been a Dream Drop, from what I remember.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the whole reason they went on that dream trip.
Yeah.
Whatever it is to get
that real world, dream world.
Yeah, whatever the hell it was. I don't know. But it was interesting. It was a good game.
Are they bringing back Traverse Town?
Oh.
The one from the first one.
I don't think so. I think that was a world that got created almost for what was happening to the other worlds.
Oh.
It was like a station.
Yeah.
For all the runaway or people who got out.
People.
The darkness.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Probably.
That'd be cool.
I like Twilight Town better anyway.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like both. You know, like I like all the worlds. I've enjoyed that series for so long, man. Like honestly, it's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous. But I gotta check my phone here quick. Sorry.
Yeah, man, it's almost 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see here.
Well, yeah, man. I think we've been going for like over 2 hours. Oh, we have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, fuck, I don't know, man. I had fun talking with you.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for doing this.
What time does your sister get home?
Well, I know she gets
soon?
off usually at 5:30,
Okay,
so
it's probably pretty soon.
pretty soon here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. I think we're good. Oh, kitty.
Don't, Pippa, no. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
I did not expect her to do that.
It's all good. But anyway, luckily it didn't do anything.
Okay.
Anyway,
cool.
we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me, man. Thanks
dude,
for making the
sure.
trip. That was
no
fun.
problem. I had a blast. Well, everybody, if you enjoyed, can they look up your music anywhere?
My Instagram is mainly my music stuff.
Okay, how do they like?
Just look up. I think my Instagram tag is @Daniel Pretzer.
Okay.
So.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. I don't know when I'm doing another podcast, so I'll keep you informed. Later.
See you guys.
Well, you guys made it through the podcast. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Like I said, Daniel's an amazing dude. So nice. I'd like to thank our one sponsor, Many Visions, again. Get your clothing and all your cool apparel through them. Lastly, looking for more sponsors. Secondly, I'll let you guys know if I have any more shows, but you can check out the YouTube channel for all the gaming streams and Drunkcast gaming segments also. Yeah, and hopefully we'll be having more content once the weather gets nicer. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. This is the Birds Fucking Cold podcast. I love you all. Laters.